Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Wrestling for Life Network. Welcome to another live stream as we bring you Dynamite tonight. It's going to be a fun one, folks. As always, it's the night of hope and excitement. Get in that chat, click the buttons, be a part of the show, be a part of the fun. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and it's Wednesday, so we bring you Dynamite, the channel that brings you more live wrestling than anybody else out there. Happy to be back at it again, folks. Hope everyone is happy, healthy, and safe. You're feeling good. You're doing good. You're ready for Dynamite tonight. What does TK and Co. have in store for us? As always on a Wednesday, some late announced matches. It seems to be their method to their approach at this point, but we're going to talk all about it. We're going to break it down. We're going to get into everything going on in the wrestling world here tonight. We're looking forward to it. If you don't know who I am, I'm Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, the man that just doesn't know when to say goodbye, everybody. But happy to be here tonight. No Nick, no Anthony. Nick has been heartbroken by Dynamite, by AEW, by TK. So no Nick, he is not here. He's back to his regular scheduled night off. Anthony's out there. He'll be back tomorrow. So will Big Nick. But happy to be here tonight. You're going to have to put up with my solo antics and the rant-a-thon that is Wednesdays. We're looking forward to this one tonight. I see that chat filling up already. And again, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. The compensating MDB. But we're looking forward to the show. As I said, a few things were announced late. We are going to get the Kenny Omega celebration tonight. Who's going to interrupt? What will happen? Will Ospreay get involved? Will nothing happen? Will he just celebrate and go home? Will we pop some bubbly and be in a good mood? Brian Cage and Darby going one-on-one. Okay. Sure. I don't know. I feel like this has happened in the past. Kind of feels like a little bit out of left field. Announced late, like I said. Kyle Fletcher going to take on Commander. I feel like I haven't seen Commander in quite a while, so we'll see how this one goes. Tag team match with the women. We'll see what this looks like. All right, we get a 6-woman match. Willow's back. Willow's going after things, so we'll talk about it. Andrade going to take on Jake something. I believe if Andrade beats Jake, then Andrade gets the fight Mark Davis. I think that's how it goes. I think Edge and Copeland, Christian and Cope are going to take on, did I say Edge and Copeland? Yeah, that's funny. Christian and Cope are going to take on the Death Riders. When I first heard this was being announced, I thought, oh, Death Riders, interesting. Will it be Moxley, Ospreay, Claudio, Moxley, Pac, Claudio? No, Wheeler, Yuta, and Danny Garcia. And the same people that get excited for Danny Garcia and Wheeler Yuta are mad about the bloodline. So you help me understand. I don't know what the problem is, but this match has been added to the card, and that's the gist of it so far that we know of tonight, that I know of anyway. Should be interesting. I mean, nothing really kind of announced that, must-see TV, Darby, Brian Cage. All right. Kyle Fletcher. I love Kyle Fletcher. This should be, I guess, okay. I don't know. It's a weird night. As we are heading towards All In, as we're heading towards Redemption, we need these cards to start filling out. And I don't know if anything really announced speaks to a bigger plot, a bigger plan, a bigger mission here from Tony Khan and the people. So we're hopeful. As always on a Wednesday, we're hopeful. We're looking forward to it. And I will say hello to the people in a moment. But we are approximately 9 minutes away from the start of the show. So get in that chat, blow it up, like, share, subscribe. If you're new here, we are the channel that covers more live wrestling than anybody else out there. We are the channel that brings you the best live coverage, the most direct live coverage. We have the most open chat in the business. We don't block just because we don't like what you said, as long as you keep it classy. And again, that is our claim to fame from now until forever. And again, we look forward to as much wrestling as we can possibly consume. Back at it tomorrow for TNA. Tonight we won't be here, but shout out to MLW, who are going national in Canada as Mayhem, their weekly show. MLP now has a weekly show. I think it said MLW, but MLP, which will kick off tonight at midnight for some people. We'll see what that looks like. And then tomorrow, TNA, 8:45, we will be live. 7:30, Friday, SmackDown, we will be live. Saturday night main event. The predictions are up. The link is in the chat. Click the links. Be a part of the battle. Become our predictions champion. And make sure you let us know what is your choice for this. We want to see new champs. We want to see new faces. Blow it up. Share the link with your friends. See if they want to play along. But we are hopeful to see this one become a battle. Not a lot on Saturday Night Main Event, but keep in mind, it will be on the line the following weekend, and it's multiple pay-per-views in the multiple weekend, or the last weekend of the month. So there we go. I think I've covered just about everything I was supposed to cover here tonight before we get rolling. But without further ado, I will bring up the fact that top three last night, Spaz, Ronan, and Reader. Congratulations to you three. Top three from our chat. The more you chat, the more points you get. Super chat, super stickers get you a bonus. So get in that chat. Get your bonus. Chat a lot. Keep it clean. Keep it classy. Blow up this chat. Get on top of that leaderboard. Let's see if anyone can knock Spazzer off that top perch. But Ronan and Reader in there as well. So, with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Zach, National Hot Dog Day. Isn't that like July 4th, technically? At least in America. I mean, wouldn't it be? But yeah, you can't go wrong with a good old hot dog. So there you go. Happy Hot Dog Day for those out there who indulged. Eric Isaac back with us. Good to see you. Good to see you tonight. Damien, always a pleasure. I've heard the Kenny versus Kevin Knight at Redemption. But why? But why? And someone answer this question for me. Maybe my memory is not working so well right now. But did we ever really get like the payoff? Like the solution between Kevin Knight and Darby? Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey? Or no? And why would we do Kenny versus Kevin Knight? So Kevin Knight's going to interrupt this celebration tonight, and then we're going to go Kevin Knight versus Kenny? Why? Why wouldn't Kevin Knight fight somebody that's going to challenge him? Like in the sense of like Kenny's probably going to win this, almost guaranteed. So I don't get the purpose. It's a throwaway match. I wouldn't book that. Oh, well, thank you, Damien. Damien, the leader of the Hopium tribe. Garrett, welcome back. Good to see you. Dustin, watch the Reality of Wrestling podcast today as a clip. Has reversed. Trick Williams has challenged Booker T to a match in SummerSlam 2027. All right, so we got a lot of time for Booker T to get in shape. But, yeah, I mean, Reality of Wrestling has been doing their thing for quite a while, definitely connected to Booker T. Booker T's been a trainer, spent a lot of time, with some of the younger talent, including Zilla Vatu out there. So, yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. But welcome, Mr. Cutler. Damien, good to see you. MJF will be missing. Now, this is interesting. Because if I'm going into All In, I want MJF around. MJF is one of the biggest, if not the biggest needle mover. And my buddy Nick's not here to kind of dive into MJF right now. And I'm sure he's hurting. But, yeah, I mean, MJF, to me, is an example. Will Ospreay is an example where, yeah, they brag a lot. This is where the best wrestle. This is where the big boys play. Remember that? But this is where the best wrestle. Which, in theory, you're correct because they're under contract. They just don't really come off the bench, or they're not really utilized in the spots they should be. If MJF's taking extended time off, what does that mean for All In? I mean, clearly he won't be at Redemption. Are we killing MJF? After everything MJF went through, then he goes away to film a movie, comes back, mills a little, leaves for another movie, comes back, This guy's on Netflix. He's in interviews. He's hanging out with the Sandman, not the one with the beer cans, but Billy Madison. And yet, where is he? When the chips are down, you're heading into your version of WrestleMania and you don't have one of your biggest, if not your biggest star, one of your biggest talents as far as expanding outside the AEW bubble. I don't get it. And I'm not criticizing. This is not a hateful speech yet. It's a question. And I want to know how the sickos feel out there. I want to know how the AEW diehards, are they thrilled? Are they happy? Do they not care? Do they feel like they don't need MJF? Or is the booking right up their alley? Are they like, is this their jive? We're going to get Kenny Ospreay. Who cares about MJF? We'll get a bunch of other random matches. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I'm really baffled, Damien. I got that on the list. Again, we haven't seen Commander in quite a while. Don't quite know why he would fight Fletcher at this time. So, okay. What's up, Clay Lewis? Let's go. As I'm about 3 minutes away. As always, a little behind on a Wednesday. Jacques, welcome. Salut, mes amis. I like it. How are you? How are you? Welcome, Jacques. Wrestling, get your predictions in. Denisha's back with us. Brandon, how you doing? How you doing? It's awesome indeed. Wednesday Night Moxley, MTV. Let's go, buddy. I have a feeling you're going to get plenty dose of Moxley tonight, so you may need those words sooner than later. Maddie, welcome back. Welcome back. Bright and early on your side of the planet. I hope you're doing well, sir. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Hey, Nick. Nick not here, but I'll definitely read this for you. I hope you and your family are okay with the fires in Canada. Well, I'm KJ, and what I can say is thoughts and prayers to anyone out there affected by the fires. There's approximately, I think, like 189 fires across my province right now up here in Canada. The good news for me is the closest fire is about 3.5, 4 hours away, but we're affected. Like all day, it was orange, it was gray, it was overcast. You can smell it, you can taste it. I know Nick mentioned being affected by it. We're getting air quality warnings like we're California. It's crazy. But yeah, thoughts and prayers to anyone out there being affected by the wildfires. Yeah, I mean, it's an unfortunate situation. It's something that seems to be an annual thing at this point. So I know they're across Canada. I know there's a bunch in America. So anyone out there in the world dealing with it, stay safe. Keep your eyes open and, get out the marshmallows if you have to. What's MJF losing? Yeah, right? This guy bails. Been showing up on his day off for weeks. Then MJF, he's like, I'm done. So, yeah, the MJF run put an end to Mr. Nick. But the man works super hard, and he deserves a night off to take a breath. And Wednesdays was, always kind of that place. So we'll see how things go moving forward. Maybe MJF gets the belt back and he shows back up. But as of right now, he's in protest. He's upset. He's hurt. What's up over it? Let's go. What's up? Let's go. Happy birthday. Happy birthday over it. To see if I can get balloons for you. As I am getting the start of the show, folks. There, balloons. I will let you know I got a crowd shot. I got the upper third. Boston, Massachusetts. Is Boston in Boston? I got a little kid with the AW hat. If you want to sync up with me, but we are opening the show. Hopefully we're opening the show with a match or something of interest as we go back to Beach Break last week. No Nick, no Anthony, but somehow, yes, sleeves. Well, it's like I felt without, a partner in crime, I had to put sleeves on. I was feeling a little naked. But talk to me, Goose. The beard blocks the words. Solo Dolo. The one-man show is back, folks. It's been a minute. Happy early birthday, KJ. Zach, I appreciate you. We're getting there. We're almost there. I think it's next week sometime. Sleeveless and Nicholas. I should put that on a shirt. Let's go. Jokes. What's up, Jose? By the way, I'm clicking on them and not saying hello, as we are just getting a replay from Beach Break still. Ciampa beating Kenny tonight. Is Ciampa fighting Kenny tonight? What's up? #WFU fam. What's up, Reader? How you doing, folks? Reader's taking over our Facebook, and he's killing it. Go check out our Facebook. Go check out our Instagram, our Twitter, all the stuff. But we appreciate Reader for jumping in and helping the channel out. And we're up like 3,000%. So he's killing it. So go check out Facebook to stay up to date. We're trying to keep content on all these platforms as much as we can. So there you go. Nicolas Cage. Yes. Jose coming out swinging tonight. I like it. Jake Doyle. So Andrade wanted to fight for the world title and got tricked into fighting Jake something to get a shot at Mark Davis. Wait, I didn't want to fight Mark Davis. I wanted to fight that guy. Right? He wanted Fletcher. He wanted someone better. He wanted at least give me Kevin Knight. As we go to the back, what is this nonsense? Go into a match. The openings for Dynamite have been garbage lately. So we're with the Death Riders in a fucking electrical room. It's echoey. It's filmed poorly. It's a shit way to start the show. Fucking Moxley. The AEW anchor continues to pull us down. They're in the electrical room. The fuck? So Moxley giving Ospreay a pep talk for nothing. This means nothing. No Tink Tink. Nair, welcome back. Yeah, that's jokes. That's on point, buddy. I gotta give Jose some extra love on this one. Give me a button. Give me a button. And see, to me, just like coming out of Forbidden Door, you're starting shows with these segments, but you did a replay package of last week. After you do that replay package, go right into something. Either someone comes out to talk and the crowd pops for the music, or you start a match. But you go from a package to a backstage. Who gives a shit? This is not good. Fucking boring start to your show for the third week in a row. And John Moxley wishes he could be Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns because he is just killing this fucking show. We open with "You think you know me." See, you should have done this before you did Moxley. I'd be less worked up already. But this is how the show should have started. We don't need these backstage segments. At least not to open shows. It's a fucking boring way to start Dynamite every week. And I don't care how much you like Moxley. That all being said, great transition. I will put up a poll for the opening match. You guys can let me know what you think. We take a poll for every single match. We take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night for every single show we cover. We want to know what the fans think, so don't be shy and get in there and let us know. But CNC, Cage, and Cope take it on the Death Riders. So we go from the Death Riders to the worst part of the Death Riders. It's not getting better, folks. Right out of the gate with shit. And I'm sorry, the Moxley stuff, the Death Rider stuff, random matches, like one of your top guys taking on Commander. To me, that kills all the criticism AEW fans have about other companies' decisions. That it kills it. You can get mad. You can rage. I can't believe the WWE had Tozawa come out. I can't believe Oba didn't take the King of the Ring and take it. It doesn't matter what your opinion is about the other company if this is working for you. If you defend this, your argument dies a death. Get your votes in. Roll Tide, happy to be on for Dynamite. Good to see you. Take a little mental health break. It's a good place to hang out if you're feeling it. Folks, remember, be a friend, tell a friend, reach out, tell someone you love them. You're never alone, and it's a good mental health pause for the cause around here. As the crowd sings, See, open the show with this. Then if you want to do the Moxley Ospreay stuff, do it in the second segment. But you keep opening your shows with this Bush League, Degrassi Junior High, poorly fucking taped high school project of a fucking segment. Multiple weeks in a row. It's garbage. Woo! You know how this goes. The return of the best one-man show on Wednesday nights on YouTube. Bradley, appreciate you, my guy. Always got the love. Look, my shit's working tonight. It's good shit. Here comes Christian. Renee Paquette at ringside. What's up, Renee? Oh, I can't believe Moxley stole a Canadian. That's horrible. TK loves the hometown pop. He does. He really does. Must-see TV? More like musty TV. Yeah, no shit. You don't look cool. Like, could they not film these segments on their off time between shows and maybe, what's that thing called? The gym. Go to a gym and film it. They want to do all their shit on one night or two nights. I can do a couple pre-tapes and I get a few weeks off. But you could, on off days, easily film something, any of this to make it look better. Tonight they were in the electrical room, a 4x4 room that could barely fit these guys. And I'm supposed to be jazzed that one of your top guys, your number one contender for the title on your biggest show of the year, is punching a pad in the electrical room like a fucking weirdo? Help me understand. Who is going gaga for this? Who is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Or Cocoa for Cuckoo Puffs? I don't give a shit. As here they come. The Death Riders. The Forgotten Sons, technically, in my mind. I know that was someone else, but hey. Wednesday Night Reds has returned. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to the show tonight, KJ White, because the chaos and the messiness of it all intrigues me. Jock, I'm with you. And I will have some things I complain about, like the Moxley stuff, but there's also stuff I do really like. And the reason why I criticize them, like what I just saw so much, is that, Ospreay, I think, is a phenomenal talent, a guy that will really help you sell tickets, a guy that can be on magazine covers and matter. But he's doing this stupid shit, and it bothers me because I like the company. I don't hate AEW at all, and I've said this every week, I think, but it's just frustrating to watch. The chaos, the lunacy of it all, kind of keeps you coming back. I mean, even if it is a car wreck, we kind of want to see it. I mean, I will give them that. I'm still here. We are the channel that caresses your wrestling love handles. Bro, I fucking love that. I love that. That's great. Let's go. Caresses your love handles. That's beautiful, man. As the match is starting, let's see how the poll went. 72% for CNC. I can't believe it's not higher. Except nobody got 16, so Death Riders come in at 12. And again, AEW's biggest problem now, and every once in a while they update what their biggest problem is. Their biggest problem has become their weekly show is about 60 to maybe 70% Death Riders and Callus. They are running this show. They are all over this show. But it is useless. Nobody cares. Keep it classy, not assy. Let's go. What's up, Pop? What's up? Jose, I got you already. Jacques, we said hello. I want to make sure I don't miss anyone. Clay Lewis, over it. Zach. All right. You're right. Nick, this show is lacking storyline. Why do you keep calling me Nick? That's twice. But I'm really hoping. We'll figure it out. Versus Commander Sin. I'm really hyped for Fletcher and Commander since Commander's been cooking. Is he cooking? Where is he cooking? I have not seen Commander cook. I haven't seen Commander at all. I mean, he shows up on Collision. occasionally. Everyone thinks, Denisha, welcome back. Everyone thinks that Mike Santana is coming here tonight when Saturday Night Main Event is in his hometown. That's a good point. I think that date is for when his contract expires at MSG, for Mike to show a surprise. Hey, listen, the misdirection is really good. If people are guessing, that's fun. If they're talking about you, that's good for you. That's good for your business. That's good for your value. So we'll see. I don't think Mike Santana's coming to AEW. Mike Santana, people forget, like, Denisha, the internet has a really bad memory at times. And that's coming from a guy like me who's done everything he can to make his memory bad. Santana was there as Christian flips off Garcia, gets a pop for it, and back elbow. But yeah, Santana was in AEW. It didn't go well. Mike decided to leave. He decided to bet on himself, and it's gone well. So I don't see him going back. What would he gain from going back? Is Tony going to book him better if he went back? Probably not. So I don't believe that Mike's going anywhere near AEW. To me, you're ignoring the evidence before us. Hashtag Wrestling Loves Handles. I love it. I love it. I love it, bro. That's jokes. Let's go. Thoughts, guys? Spain versus Argentina in the World Cup. Heartbreak. If you're an English fan, my heart goes out to you. They were I got to pseudo kind of root for them. But Argentina gets 2 late goals, buries the English. Somebody compared the English soccer team to the Toronto Maple Leafs as far as, like, kind of the center. They feel like the soccer's coming home, or, the cup needs to come home. We got the same vibe, but neither of us have won since 66 and 67, respectively. So Spain, Argentina should be a hell of a game. Spain's been outstanding. Argentina has been, like, just good enough to get there. Down 2-0 to Egypt, win 3-2 with 3 late goals. Down 1-0 all second half, find a way to get to the next round. So kudos. I mean, it's going to be a battle. We'll see what Messi does in this one. I mean, this is really like a legacy moment for Messi if he can get them over the hump. And Argentina's got a bit of an older team, so we don't know how strong they're going to be in 4 years. So this might be their last swing at it with this particular group. So we'll see. It should be a lot of fun. England, France in the bronze game. I know France was the favorite coming in. England's always in the mix. They're going to be kind of bummed out. Hopefully they have a good game. This should be a lot of fireworks. Good offensive power on both teams here. Why Kenny's pitcher look like he? I didn't take it, but you gotta. Yeah, and he's acknowledging the tribal chief the whole time. I don't know what's going on. Let's go, Reader. Nair, got you. How you doing? Roll Tide. Let's go. We are on pitcher and pitcher right now, and the Death Riders are in control. If you were just tuning in, Wheeler Yuta and Danny Garcia are taking on Cage and Cope to open tonight's show. So far, we're rolling. What is one thing AEW has to accomplish tonight to make Dynamite feel like a success? One thing. I think the biggest thing for AEW is make your show cohesive. Make it make sense. If you can dial some of this shit in, and like I said, it's little details. Like, they love Tony's booking on his own personal preference. And that's fair because this is a $1 billion vanity project at the end of the day. But at the, just the little tweaks, just make the show make sense and sell us on the pay-per-views you have coming up. Booking absolutely random matches, I don't know that that's best for this company. And I think any fan out there, if you are a diehard fan of AEW, it doesn't make you a bad fan to go, oh, I don't necessarily love the card tonight. Like, we don't have to love everything. We don't have to just be, please, sir, can I have some more every time that Tony shovels some shit our way. All right, I'm going to jump to a couple super chats, and I'll get back to the regular chat. KJ, people think that Mike Santana is coming when Saturday Night Main Event is in his hometown in New York. So I caught this. Thank you for doubling up. If I don't answer you, folks, we do have the super chats. They're a guaranteed click. We promise we click on more live chat messages than any other channel. Thank you so much, Nisha, for the $4.99. And New York makes a lot of sense. I hadn't considered that. Part of me still believes that Mike Santana was going to go to NXT first. I think they need him. And he could be a little bit bigger of a guy and kind of fluff his chest a bit more on NXT than he can on the main roster. The main roster, he's an upper mid-card guy that's got to work his way up. In NXT, he's a top guy. So, but New York, I mean, it's there. You want to surprise us? You want to do something cool? Yeah, I like it. But like I said earlier, I do not see him going back to AEW. He felt ignored, underutilized. He was very, he talked about going through depression and feeling not having a great self-worth because of the dynamic, because of how everything played out. So him and Ortiz broke up. I think Ortiz is still signed to AEW or Ring of Honor at least. As right now, Garcia's bending Copeland back to choke him because he's too short to properly do it. The Battle of the Kevins, hosted by Kevin Hart. Let's go. Wait, there's another super chat I want to get to. Spazzer, 5 bones in the bucket. How you doing, my guy? I hope you're keeping safe. Hopefully your crazy neighborhood is keeping you, doing all right. Doing all right. KG with the Solo Center. Pause. Love you guys for everything you do. This week's been weekend this week, and you guys are keeping me up. Double pause. Well, anytime we can keep anyone up, we're pretty pumped. Pausing on everything here. But Spazzer, we're glad we could do so. Again, it's been a crazy times, crazy week. Let's have some fun. Let's enjoy the wrestling. Let's have some good old wrestling debate. I got to yell at you guys because Nick's not here to yell back at me. So just bear with me and give me some shit. We're good. As we're up on top, Yuta in the corner. Edge throwing the rights. And now we got our biter. Our first bite of the night. That England-Argentina game was crazy. Has anyone checked on Geekbox? Yeah, shout out to our buddy Geekbox on the other side of the pond. I'm sure he's not thrilled about it either. England, as we know, very, very passionate fans. And this was a tough one. They carried that lead for quite a while. I think, like most sports, though, if you give the other team too many opportunities to find that equalizer, they do. And in sports, momentum's a motherfucker, right? Like, it really is. Like, the momentum swings in sports are legit. So they get that one goal, and all of a sudden the place is bumping, the energy's there, and you got a little more jam, and they get the next one. And the winning goal was pretty. So, yeah, shout out to Geekbox, everyone's second favorite. Go subscribe to Geekbox. He's probably, make him happy on a sad day. Yeah, exactly, Jose. Read my mind, buddy. Time to celebrate the crowning of a new AEW World Champion, Kenny. My God, Omega. Yeah, let's see what this looks like. I'm extremely curious. Like, does Kevin Knight now show up? Because Damien's sharing some rumors. Where does MJF just not be around? What does that mean? What does that look like? Would you not have him? Like, I want MJF to be pissed and at least go after somebody, take his anger, his rage. And if it's true he's going on an extended period of time off, does that hurt the company? Do we see less MJF and more Moxley, more Death Riders, more Callis family, when we could be booking a guy like MJF? As Christian's trying to take the buckle off, Rensburg trying to stop him, so he goes to, he went to the other one. Sets up a spear. Crowd's gone quiet on this one. Suplex by Yuta. 2 count. Anyone really into this? It doesn't sound like the fans in the building are super into it. Nick has been broken. It's true, Philip. They broke his heart. We had a run going where Nick was here for a few weeks in a row because of scheduling and special shows and big moments. Even last week he was like, I got to come on Wednesday. MJF, man, MJF. And sure enough, but they broke him. And this is what I think AEW is doing to some of their fans. Nick is a scarf-carrying, certified MJF fan. And he is bewildered by this booking. Right? Think about it. There's other fans like Nick out there. Fuck this. The good guys I invest in are gone. Now, Yuda's playing with the turnbuckle. Christian to the balls. All these extra shenanigans, guys. Just have a match. Yuta all by himself. Nice. The assisted spear was pretty. That was pretty. We'll accept that. England played scared. I don't know if they played scared. I mean, I get what you're saying. And maybe not aggressive enough offensively. But yeah, I feel like they held on, and they definitely just, if we can get this one goal, and sometimes the better approach is, can we keep the ball and can we find the second goal before they tie it up? So again, Argentina's done it a couple times now. Look what happened to Egypt. Like I said, in the earlier rounds, Argentina can score when they need to. My worry is, like, do they just not try in the first half? What happens there? As Christian's looking down at the belts. And we get jumped. And here come the dogs. David Finlay. Claudio's in there. So now the Death Riders and the Death Riders and the dogs continue to work together. Will the Bang Bang Gang come out to help? Death Riders versus Edge and Christian tonight. Yeah, what the... MJ has been deed. D-E-D, dead. Oh, I feel bad for MJF. He's a talent. Undeniable talent. Spazzer going up to 10. Did you just keep going up in 5s? Next one, 15? No, we appreciate you, my guy. Latest dirt is that MJF dropped the belt to Kenny to have a brawl match with... Yeah, I heard that too. And we heard this before it happened. But here comes some backup. Man, the Bang Bang Gang could be running this show. Switchblade and Friends could really be sitting at the top of AEW. Anyone else's AEW feed flickering a little? Latest, yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're apparently calling the Molotov song lame. The sky is orange and MLP debuts tonight. Yeah, it's crazy, right? The sky is definitely fucking orange. It's Jay White Finlay. Give me that straight up. I don't need a cage match with a bunch of people. I don't need anarchy. I don't need stadium. I want Finlay, Jay White, one-on-one. And Jay White makes Finlay shit his pants and run away. Yeah, I don't... The MJF thing is baffling. It really is baffling. It's, you know, it's like watching your favorite team sit their best player just because there's issues between him and the coach. I hope you get my super chat soon. I got it. Rapid fire. We're catching up. So Jay White trying to show peace. Christian doesn't really seem to trust him. Let's go. Mox is like that desperate girl in prom who wants all the attention, but no one gets facts. Mox is like the old guy that should have graduated 2 years ago, but is still in high school. But he's like out back ripping darts with the other kids, trying to be the cool guy. Oh, yeah. Fuck off. It's terrible. Watch the dogs beat up CC. You called it. So Edge and Christian and Cole back off. Hold the belts up. The dogs are pissed. The Bang Bang Gang stands tall. MJF winning back the AEW World title. Would you care? I don't know. That is my ultimate question to the AEW fan base. If him getting the belt back is a thing, would it suffice? Would you be okay with it? That's my question. They tossed Yuta like he is nothing. That's why. Oh, we go back to Shida causing trouble on Collision for Emanata. Young Bucks were watching on. I don't know what this means. Is Young Bucks going to join the Dogs, join the Death Riders, join the Bang Bang Gang? Well, what? Can we just get some tag team matches? I know we just had one, but that doesn't count. That's a squash match. Giving up a main event match for a match with Foley. Yeah. Again, people move the goalpost. Because if you were taking someone out of the other company's main event and putting them down somewhere else, like I said, people were angry that, okay, well, Moxley, the Vision's supposed to be something, but they're fucking with Tozawa and Otis. Well, if they can have a match with Tozawa and Otis, then we can do Yuta and Garcia. But you can't move the goalposts. You either like both or you like neither. I think. I like the finish. It wasn't a lot of AEWing. Oh, we got the AEWing, Willie. But the finish, that assisted that Chuck spear, great. As we're getting a El Idolo package. Because we don't know who he is. Iron Will Tyson, welcome. Never be sorry, but glad you're here. Better late than never. Cherokee, good to see you. Everyone go tell your friends. Go share our link. Go get people here. Let's jam-pack these streams. Our numbers are cooking. We're over 12K. We're heading towards 13. We want 15. Jump. Crisscross will make ya. Oh, and Andrade's got a new blonde. And now we go to the back with Andrade. Don't feel bad for MJF. He signed that contract. Oh, no, I get it. I get it from that standpoint, and you're 100%. I mean, you signed the company. You're required to do what you do. I guess I feel bad for the character MJF because I think it's being killed. And I don't know. I feel like every time MJF comes back, he's got less edge. He's a little more dull. If he keeps looking like shit, going away, coming back, saying the same insults, the same low-hanging fruit, you're losing value in MJF, which is sad because he's one of your most marketable wrestlers, period. This match is wiggity whack. Oh, Andrade's got a ring box. He's got MJF's ring. Okay, he got his own ring. So this is where shit gets like, we thought maybe MJF and Andrade would do something at Redemption. But so Andrade's still fucking with MJF and still poking at MJF, but he's going to fight Jake something to fight. Like, why? Like, I don't understand. If it's going to be Andrade MJF, make it Andrade MJF. But Andrade's going after another title right now. Andrade's beef and focus should be on that. We go to commercial break. You guys can let me know. Am I wrong? Am I out to lunch? Am I just guessing? What are we doing here? The Bucks always leave, but always there when it's time for the spotlight. Hate. Hangman Adam Page. The Bucks. MJF's been in and out a lot. Kenny at times in and out, but his health was part of that. So we understand. Ospreay's been in and out, but also dealt with injuries. Several talents like FTR taking a pseudo retirement. Before they did that, they had, a handful of matches over a year and a half period. It's unfortunate because again, the more and more talent that step away and you're not utilizing, great. But you'll throw the Bucks into something like this will turn into, they're going to do like the dogs and the Death Riders against the Bang Bang Gang, and the Bucks have to decide where their loyalty lies. And then it'll be, we're going to do Anarchy in the Arena or Stadium Stampede or Wobbly at Wembley. I don't know what the fuck they're going to call it, but it feels like that's Blood and Guts maybe. Like, it feels like that's where this is all heading. So the Bucks show up when, it looks good for them, but they don't necessarily show up and put other people over. Definitely not as elder statements to this company. I could see Christian versus the Young Bucks, Cope and Christian at All In. Yeah, so I mean, to the point we just made, right? Why should it be the Bucks? Sam, welcome back. Will, welcome back. If I didn't say it, Frankie, I see you. It's the Big Show. Yeah, apparently the Big Show's still kicking around, helping out Sting's little guy. Cope looking like Doc from Bahia Facts. If MJF really dropped the belt to have one-off match with old ass Foley, he sincerely needs better people in his ear because what the actual fuck? I would not disagree. I love Mick Foley. One of my favorite wrestling moments ever was Mick Foley when the butts in seats night. When Austin's glass shattered and that place became unglued. It was one of the most electric nights I've ever seen as a wrestling fan. Mick Foley represents that guy that's never supposed to be, on the cover of magazines or the top guy, the pretty boy. So I loved Mick Foley for that. That all being said, I have no interest in Mick Foley having any type of match. I don't want to see him have a hardcore match. I don't want to see him. He can barely walk. He's done enough. He has paid the price. He's still paying the price. We appreciate you, Mick Foley. But don't come back and get in the ring. And if MJF is opting out, again, you have an opportunity to have your biggest draw in your main event of your biggest show, and then you think to yourself, let's put him in a nothing match with Foley. Why? It's a match that Foley can't win. It's a match that Max can't lose. As we are in the back with the conglomeration, and the demand, Ricochet, one of the nominees for Better Luck next half of this year. So, and another jumping. The twist. So the night is young and jumpings are everywhere. So Blake Christian and Jay Lethal are working with Ricochet. Boy, Edge is really looking old in a shirt. Yeah, right? Aging quick. Scroll down to the bottom. Alan. Monet keeps teasing it. All right. We'll go back down and see what he said. The Vest Crew. I like it. What do you think about Bailey had enough with Triple H going to AEW? I don't know if had enough. I think Bailey's smart enough to know where she stands. But she's been frustrated. She's talked about it in her promos that, this might, require greener pastures or, she's not, that's part of this argument with Lyra that, you're not a hero. You're not an icon. You're washed up. You're gone, blah, blah, blah. Bailey is a staple. Could Bailey move on and be in the case of, we got to make room for some younger talent? And I think if booked proper, which is always the big if, it could be beneficial for Bailey and AEW as Jake Something is here. Did they change Andrade's music or am I crazy? Is it more upbeat? And did he get a pop? Is Andrade getting over like as a baby face? Are they people? They're cheering. Finally. How you know? How do you know? It works. This works. Andrade is a guy that I always wish he would have found that next level. I was such a fan of him before he signed with WWE. He comes in, does great in NXT, surprises the world and beats Drew McIntyre. And then, it never really, that kind of is where he stunted. So this is actually working for him. So there you go. So again, Andrade wants to fight MJF. He's been fucking with MJF. He's been talking about MJF. But now he's going to fight Jake Something to get a chance to fight Mark Doyle, which he didn't want to fight Mark Doyle either. He wanted to fight Kevin Knight. So anyone else connecting these dots? Anyone else a little confused by how this is all being presented to you as a fan? Rance, welcome back. How you know has to be the dumbest catchphrase in wrestling right now, even though some fans are I'm starting to get behind it. I'm not going to lie. And there might be worse, but how I think it's starting to catch on. It's kind of funny. It's got a ha-ha to it. Whoa, wiggly, wobbly, wobbly, Wembley, what? Wemben. I can't even say that. Webenyama Stadium. I saw Jinder saying there is no such thing as a 90-day no compete. Well, Jinder would be lying. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I don't think that's accurate. Then why are people sitting home for 90 days? I don't get it. Whose 90 days closing soon? A bunch of people. Maybe on commercial break. I'll give you some names. Thank you, Jason. I don't even know what that means. But no, I do appreciate it. It's the only one I got. Jake is all over Andrade right now. Crowd's a bit on the quiet side again. How did I know? How do you know? How did they know? Good luck to the Alpha in the G1 Climax tournament. There you go. Andrade for the win. What did the chat say? 91% going Andrade. Oof. Let's go. How you know? See, it's getting over. It's starting to work. I think it's important for AEW to have guys that have, whether we think it's silly or not, if it catches on, it means something, right? Like, you know, the what chant is one of the dumbest fucking things ever, but it's over as shit. So I'm okay with it. He stole MJF's ring. Did he? I thought he said he made a different one. I got my own. Either way, again, he's doing all this to get a shot at Kevin Knight or at Mark when if he really wants to fight MJF, then go after MJF. How you know? I don't know. You know. His new blonde look. Yeah, funny, right? 3 faces ago. She's not the woman I fell in love with. Literally. KJ never said hi to me. Paul, I haven't seen you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll make you wait. Yum yums for the queen.
Yum yums.
There you go. Window, that's effing funny. To the window. Mox is Ben Affleck's character. They're confused. Yes! Window. I love the name, by the way. Near and dear to my heart, actually. That sounds funny to say, but Mox is Ben Affleck. That's so he's fucking O'Banion. Such a jerk. Yeah, he's that guy. Like, he's the guy that should have graduated, but he thinks he's the coolest shit. And the minute he walks out the room, everyone else looks at each other and goes, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? What are we doing? I have no idea. I don't get it. But that's right on the head. Squeal, Piggy. Mox is Wooderson from. Hey, there you go. There you go. Young Bucks should have been at the lower seats just in case. Maybe, yeah. I don't know what. Oh, Jake stays on net. Oh my God. Clothesline on the apron, just caught the edge of it. Oof. Doyle in the driver's seat. I think we're heading to commercial. That's unfair to say that Moxley is that guy that's still in high school. KJ, we know you hate Mox. How is it unfair to say? What's the counter argument? I don't think that's unfair at all. I think Mox acts like the guy that hangs around with the younger crew, Wheeler Yuta, Danny Garcia, and he thinks he's a cool guy. He thinks he's like, oh, I'm the cool shit. But nobody thinks that, just him. He is that guy. Again, I'll take a counter argument, but I don't think it's unfair at all. Rants. If Tony Khan doesn't put everything behind the Bang Bang Gang after returning Jay White, I don't know what we're doing. Rants, they could be running this show. And as much as we get a ton of Callis, a ton of Death Riders, the Bang Bang Gang could be everything that you want out of a good faction. They could come in, they could win matches, they could take over. I'm a little nervous that they're not going to, but there's so much talent, right? Even the ass boys are fucking good at their job. We need a tag team division in AEW. Everyone in the bang gang, everyone in the bang gang, bang gang, the bang gang. I'm here for the gang bang. Are superstars, and yet we are. Yeah, yeah. Queen Waiata, that's jokes. Thank you, FGB. That's hilarious. That was a decent title defense. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. El Idolo. I hate how Mike Bailey is wearing no boots for the footwear. It's his thing. I mean, it makes me cringe, but it's his thing. So he's not the first, and he won't be the last, I don't think. But you think you'd want some, even like a thin shoe or something, right? Former Don Gallows family member Andrade will be in action next. So that's how far behind I am. As right now we're in picture in picture. I got Burger King on the right, and I got greasy meat on the left. Pause. Britt Baker, WWE or TNA? I don't think Britt Baker is going to be in either. I really don't know that we're ever going to see Britt Baker again. And honestly, at this point, if I was the WWE, does Britt Baker hold value? I don't know how old Britt Baker is, but she's 2-3 years removed from wrestling. So I don't know if I have a choice. If I'm the WWE and I got to give TV time to Jordan Grace or Sol Ruka or Lyra or any one of the dozen women, plus the women who are coming back, like Naomi, we're going to get Bianca comes back. Rhea's out right now. Liv's running around. There's so much talent. I think Britt would get swallowed. I really do. Burger King nuggets are made out of deer ankle meat. Gross. Is that why they're like 50 cents? You get like the cheap Burger King nuggets. You get like fucking 500 nuggets for $10. KJ has Burger King on his mind. The TV did it to me. The TV did it to me. Megan Fox is in my top 5 women of all time. Megan Fox is a hottie. That's for sure.
Yum yums.
There you go. Willie, how AEW gets to title matches is like a maze. They got to go 10 steps forward, 20 back, and when the destination was only 5. Always. And I don't know if it's an automatic, like, isn't it an attempt to kind of like be like uber creative? Like, are they trying so hard? They're trying too hard. They want to kind of, well, the fans won't see this coming. AEW has been nothing but predictable for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Someone like, it's been highly predictable. As Andrade setting up the knees, the crowd getting into it. So I like the fact that Andrade's getting love, but Jake destroys him. Jake can wrestle, man. I'm actually liking this match. I like Molly Crew Paul. There you go. It happens. It happens. And stay tuned, folks. There's more. Hashtag McGangbang. That's what I really meant when I said it. Tony Khan has a faction fetish. Almost everyone's in everyone. And factions with no guidance, no purpose, no focus. I gotta listen to people's shit on the Vision. Oh, the Vision's garbage, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying they're the greatest thing, guys. They're great in the middle card where they are right now. I think they're doing good work. I see the promise of them. I know I've battled on that, but this, okay, fine. You don't like the Vision, but you love the conglomeration. You love the dogs. You love the Death Rider. Like, none of these factions are going anywhere. The demand is so not in demand. The irony of their fucking the name alone is killing me. As Doyle's got Andrade hooked for a power bomb, and he sits him down. Dose. The Bang Bang Gang is one of AEW's last hopes. Take 2. Last hopes to actually be some cool shit. It's right there, MDB. It's right there. It's right there for the taking. If you've ever heard Shine by Travis Scott, I have. Wiggly Wobbly. Okay. There you go. There you go. Jokes. The apron spot looked brutal. It did. It did. Looked like there should have been more apron involved in that spot. 2. Andrade comes down, back down on the hardest part of the ring. The crowd is going crazy. I'm shocked. Willy Wonka, Wembley, Wiggly, Wishy Washy. Let's go. Crowd chants, how you know. Again, even if we don't think it's the greatest thing, if it gets over, it's over. That's the job. That's the trick. Well, you know. I know nothing. How you doing, Paul? How you doing, Paul? That's why the Alpha dropped the title last week to Fletcher. He'll be in Japan. Yeah. If you know you are going to take the belt off him, I'm going to ask you a question, Damien, because you're here a lot. I'll ask Damien a question. Everyone else can answer too. If you know Takeshita's going to go away, do you not build that up a little differently, a bit better? Maybe on, save it, put it on one of your bigger shows that you just had. I don't know. Like it's great that he's going on, but I worry sometimes that AEW should be the priority in the booking. We got Kenny comes back from injury, goes to New Japan. The Bucks come back from injury, they go to New Japan. It's a really weird thing. Oh, Jake something gets rolled. 2, good match. The best back elbow in the business. The double underhook. Let's go. There you go. Good match. Solid match. Andrade gets the win. Could anyone out there agree with the idea that maybe if you just open the show, you did the beach break replay, and then you go right into this match, that the show starts better than it did? Just a thought. I'm curious how you guys feel. Because the formatting of the show is getting apparently, very abundantly obvious that it's a struggle for them to kind of organize how this should go. So now, at Redemption, people thought Andrade might fight MJF, but he will fight Mark Davis at Redemption. Dongzilla. Oh, Andrade's got the diamond ring, puts it on his pinky, and that's enough to make Mark Davis have second thoughts. Jokes. Mike Bailey needs to just not. So it is official. Mark Davis. Ooh, Mark Davis looks like he's actually toned up a little. So these giant guys will not go after Andrade in the ring because he's wearing a ring. You heard me. Sounds redundant, but it ain't. Hey, bro, get your phone out of the camera shot. I think the dentist gimmick would have got over great on the main roster. She would lean into the character work if she comes to WWE. She's good. She's got that in her. She does have something. I do believe that if Britt Baker I can't honestly say that Britt Baker could just sign with WWE and jump to the front of the line. I don't see it. As we go back to MJF, right now, somewhere out there in the world, Big Nick is reaching out for a box of tissues during this replay. Heartbreaking. Jordan been in catering for months. Yeah, I feel bad for Jordan. I mean, she got hurt. Let's start with that. She did get hurt. And then it was just coming back from getting hurt. They were like, uh-oh. Jordan could have had a better NXT run where she actually, ran as a champion, ran for a while, maybe got better at promos. I don't know. I would make Jordan Grace a heel, and I'd give her a mouthpiece. Swagger got knocked the fuck out. As up next, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Kenny Omega up next to celebrate his championship win last week. Our new champ. Let us know. Blow up the chat. Throw some flames. Throw some numbers. Throw a hello. Throw an emoji. Do something. Blow up that chat if you're feeling good old Kenny Omega. Twinkle. I'm not reading it. I'm not reading it. Isn't Britt still dealing with injuries? I don't know. I honestly don't know, Chair. If I could tell you, I would. I mean, she's so far removed from active duty. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know that she would still be like, what would she be recovering from at this point? So interesting. no shit, eh? I'm with you. MDB, let's start it. Let's go. Make it pro. We can do this. Change the name. Jordan Grace should go to Power Slap. Jordan Grace needs to sexy it up a little bit. I don't know if that's the right answer. I do think that she needs to get a little more comfortable cutting a promo. Getting a little more comfortable being comfortable. It would get more comfortable at being comfortable. Find that charisma a little bit. She's got it. I've heard her cut decent promos at times, but she is not the most boisterous thing. So her being a lady that comes out and just fucks some people up and with little word, not over talking, a little amount of fucking words, and you use maybe again use a manager might help. They put the ring on in the ring. Wait, he's wearing the ring? Yeah, exactly. Imagine a team like Mark Davis and Jake Doyle in WWE. Oh my God, let's go. I keep saying this, and again, for people that think that, my whole motive here on a Wednesday is to complain, it really isn't. I really liked Jake something taking on Andrade. Good match. They weren't on the floor a ton. Good back and forth, and the right guy gets the W. That being said, to your comment, Paul, I really do believe that Tony Khan, if was smart, would sit down with his team, whoever that may be, even if it's just him and the man in the mirror, and look at your roster. Mark Davis, Jake Doyle, tag team for sure. The Rascals are out there. The Bang Bang Gang's back, so you have the Ass Boys, or any combination of two of them. You have the Bucks. You could get the New Day. You could get MCMG. You have a chance as a booker to do something that the other companies, quite frankly, aren't doing. The WWE tag team division isn't strong, right? And I think some people tried, pointed out Tozawa and Otis versus the Vision, might not feel like an A1 tag team rivalry. But here comes Kenny, brought in by Tony Schiavone. KJ Spazzer, you think Jordan Grace as a Heyman girl? Why not? We've never really, had a solid one. It'd be really cool if he kind of taught, if he kind of approached her like the female beast incarnate, right? Why not? I mean, she needs something. There's no lack of talent there. I think she's a really great lady. But it's just connecting with the audience is super important. And some fans don't get that. Again, it's wonderful if you can do a 450 or you can bench 7,000 pounds. It really is cool. But if you don't connect with the audience, you're irrelevant in the entertainment business. If you can't sell tickets, it doesn't matter if it's wrestling. If you want to be a musician and people aren't buying your music, you got to figure it out. If you're making movies and people aren't watching your movies, you got to figure it out. Kenny Omega is the type of guy that puts the lotion. Goodbye, horses. It would be great if Kenny got jumped right now. Your guess is as good as mine. Shit. Here come the Young Bucks, who we saw earlier tonight. And they are applauding, and they have a belt in a bag. Do they get the belt back from CM Punk? That was a red bag. Never mind. Are you ready? Boom, boom. This is it. This is it. Tony Schiavone looks like a home unkept. Yeah, Tony Schiavone looks like the guy that sits at the end of the bar and tries to go home with the youngest possible girl he can find, rocking like a leopard print G-string and being like, "Do you come here often?" That he gives me weird vibes. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but he's a fucking weirdo on TV. Jordan booking in NXT was absolutely atrocious, just the strangest booking, but she should be back any week now. I agree with you. She should be back. Her NXT run was not good. I think what happened, and I could be wrong, Rance, I'm just guessing, but my observation was Jordan and Blake had that rivalry, and it didn't go well. And I think Blake kind of recovered and kind of moved away and has done okay and grown. Jordan got hurt, and we don't know yet. She got called up, but she got hurt, so we haven't seen much from her in that regard. But I think they got a little like, oh, where do we go with this? Because I think they thought Blake and Jordan were going to cook, but they got a belt for Kenny. They take the Triple B back. The black leather strap is back, Jack. A little black leather never hurt nobody. Facts. As the Bucks hype him up, are they going to like just randomly super kick him? That can't happen, right? Big Kenny chance. A little black leather never hurt nobody. No doubt, Jose. Oof. We can definitely do this. Toronto maple syrup versus Windy City Bullets. Yeah, let's fucking go. Hashtag active duty. Too many celebrations. Fair enough. The crowd starts the "You Deserve It" chant. Man, Kenny's got a biting his lip, looking all emotional. I don't even know what he's saying. He's a very bad speaker. Kevin Knight interrupts Kenny Omega, makes it official. Dude, who is giving you this information? And if you're right, I'm extremely disappointed. It would be another example of fucking pulling everyone down into the middle. AEW seems terrified to put people on a pedestal. This is boring. Your top stars shouldn't be the most boring guys in the company. As we hit the top of the hour, Kenny, Young Bucks, Bobby Lashley versus Kenny Omega. I'd sign up for that. Remember, I mean, I'm with you. I would do so much more. Like, why is the Hurt Syndicate not more involved, more active, more important? They are so irrelevant. Irrelevant. You heard me. The books. New title for Kenny. Tony Schiavone looks like he looks for me. Tony Schiavone looks like, yeah, okay. Facts. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, just creepy, weird, kind of like, what are you doing? Yeah, they are in Boston. Is Boston stocking the hotel? Maybe. In 50 days, you're going to see the best version of Kenny Omega at All In. And here comes Ospreay. I froze. I thought it was going to be Kevin Knight. I was going to shit. Yes, it's true that Blake rivalry didn't do her any favors. Yeah, I accept that. Yeah, I'm a fan of Jordan. I know she can really go in that ring. You just we'll get her out of the. I mean, I know people are feeling like, oh, they forgot about her. She did get hurt though, so there is that caveat. I think sometimes fans don't account for like somebody got injured. Oh, so and so is not having a good season. They played 3 out of 12 games. I don't know what to tell you. Did they clean the plaque X off the belt? Yeah, it must have. Shined it up real nice. You deserve it, I guess. The Miami Dealers. The Boston Beavers. KJ, you know Damian, but me. I don't know. Sometimes the shit lands. He's definitely not batting 1,000, but he's not batting 0 either. The way they act, you would have thought AEW has been around for decades or something. Omega acts like he's never won the title ever. What the hell? What have we done? So the Bucks wander off. Boston. What is he saying? What is he saying? Sounds like marbles.
You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
No, we don't. Enunciate. Let's go. Kenny's wedding arc is killing. Yeah, the arch. I don't know. I mean, it's a big Omega. It's a big colorful Omega. This is so ridiculous in the sense of here's Kenny just said, I'm going to be at my best. I'm going to and then Ospreay comes out and speaks as if Kenny hadn't already given a speech. I sat and watched you, or you think you're going to be the good guy again. Like, what the fuck? Kevin Knight is coming out. That was the rumor. Okay. That would suck. All of the sausage. Shit in AEW being irrelevant means nothing. Ironically, you can be obscure to being in the finals of the Owen Hart tournament. Watch, they make Ospreay the heel going in. Yeah, do you remember when they kind of tried to do that with Jericho? So Jericho could sing We Will Rock You and it didn't work? One of the worst things ever. Trying to make Jericho the baby face so he could get a pop. Oh, I felt like Freddie Mercury up in Wembley playing. Yeah, thank God that Tony let you live out that dream. Listen, I mean, kudos to him. Promo forever. Clap. Yeah, we've anyone else feel like the energy of the show? These are your 2 main event guys. On Monday, we saw Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, nose to nose, ready to go. Compare that segment to this segment. The mics don't sound great. The crowd has been in and out, but not bad. And it's long, but not. I mean, the WWE, Seth and Roman was probably a little bit longer at this point, but it had you. And I think one of the reasons you really got to make sure those mics are coming through the TV, man. That's important. I wish Jason Straight Tham could show Moxley Jr. how to talk. Fuck. I wish somebody would teach Moxley something. Making Ospreay the heel going into All In would be so stupid. That's why this one of Nick's biggest criticisms, and I 100% agree with him. You're going into Wembley. He's going to be a huge babyface no matter what. So put him in there against MJF. So the crowd doesn't have to choose. The crowd won't be split. They will boo the fuck out of MJF and they'll cheer the fuck out of Ospreay. You have a 35-minute banger where MJF tries to cheat and Oh, Damien. How you know? How you know, Damien? What's going on? Kenny is high as a kite. I do believe that might contribute to Kenny's lackluster, low-energy promos. The vitamins be strong. Yeah, mine too, Frankie. When I think of AEW, I think of KJ ranting. I will accept that. Why the fuck is Kevin Knight here? And we're getting booze. We're getting booze. We're getting booze. Why is Kevin Knight in this fucking picture? Kevin Knight has a belt. Kevin Knight is a guy that should be a belt holder focused on middle card rivalries. Period. Bailey's mad at Kevin Knight. Darby should be mad at Kevin Knight. But Kevin Knight's out here to talk shit to Kenny? Oh, you want to bet? There you go. Wait, I got to give him some love. I got to give him some love. Damien got it. Why is the mid... Yes! Someone help me understand. Dear sickos, what is the fucking point? What are we doing? Oh! I don't get it. I want to like this company. I want to cheer for this shit. You knocked MJF out, your biggest draw of the main event picture. And while you're trying to set up your main event picture, your mid-card champion comes out to talk shit. And if you're giving us Kevin Knight at Redemption, why? Why? Why is Kevin Knight... Kenny, based on all the stories, this fucking brilliant storytelling you're apparently getting from Wednesdays, you're getting from Tony Khan, why wouldn't Kenny fight someone from the Death Riders? Even though I don't think that might, depending on who it is, Kenny Claudio, Kenny Pac, I mean, I'd rather see that on a pay-per-view. And Kevin Knight goes fight Speedball because he fucked Speedball over. No, Speedball's going to do what the Bucks just did. He stands in the crowd and looks at him fondly from afar, like he's in some cheesy romance fucking novel. Ospreay just standing in the corner making faces. So fuck the world, the number one challenger. Because I'm a nice guy. Kevin and Kenny match hosted by Kevin Hart. Oh, this just will not end at 9:09. I know this. That's what's happening instead of just making Omega heel since he is basically replacing MJF. The match haven't been bad, but I'm confused. The match is still going to be good, but it is so confusing. The only thing that would be justifiable to me, Will, is the idea that MJF's knee injury was worse than we knew. He made it through the match. He made it through putting Kenny over, but he needs to get his knee fixed. And they're not saying that. That's the only reason why you would do what you did. If MJF was physically unable to defend the title against Will Ospreay at Wembley. That is the only thing. That is the only way that pushing Kenny into this made sense. That I can justify. That I can understand. This is still going. This is fucking still going. I don't want to hear shit from these fans about what's going on in other companies' main event picture when this main event picture is fucking scribbles. Scribbles. Darby is lurking around. Again, everyone's lurking. It's a weird company where grown-ass men are jealous of other men at all times, where they're in stairwells and electrical rooms and cubby holes, where they use each other as workbenches, where the bad guys look like fucking useless idiots, where the good guys look like soft baby shit pussies. Excuse my language. But tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. This is still going. And it still sucks. Right? And he's still telling him he believes in him. All he's telling this kid who's a heel, who came out to be a prick, I believe in you, I believe in you, I believe in you. And then he throws in a little, sarcastic little chip shot. I like Kevin Knight a lot. I was a big fan of Kevin Knight coming into this company. But put Kevin Knight in Kevin Knight shit. This boring ass fucking talking is killing me. Does Damian have Damian just fucking got this one. He's done it a couple times to me where I don't believe him and then it happens. But I don't believe, I have no reason to believe they were going to be stupid enough to do this. Why are they still talking? So Speedball and Kevin don't have beef anymore. Why isn't Darby going after? Yes! Hallelujah! Hallelujah! It's crazy.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Right, like fuck. This booking is mindless. This show is being constructed, written, and put together by children. All the things you're saying aren't coming from your heart. Who gives a fuck? I don't care why the bad guy's being an asshole. I'm not trying to fucking reason with him. You're actually a really good guy. What the fuck is this? Fucking hell. It's Bush League. So, yeah, there you go. It's official. I want to fight Kevin Knight, not Kevin Knight, the Don Callis guy. What? We called him a bitch. This whole fucking thing, I mean, again, the feelings and we saw it the other night when Kenny won. I grabbed the belt and I'm going to use it, but I don't want to be mean. I can't do it. My conscience won't let me. Shut the fuck up with this soft shit. Honestly, soft. You're not really being mean. You're really a good guy deep down. So if I'm going to fight you, I want to fight the real you. The fuck? Good job for Kevin Knight. Lays out Kenny. There you go. Take all those extra words we didn't need and shove them down your fucking throat. And Darby, fuck me. Yeah, Brian Cage, who's going to fight Darby next. AEW fans, I'm begging you, help me understand. Here comes more Don Callis members. Here comes more. Oh, Will Ospreay and Kenny now going to war against the Callis family. There goes Roppongi Vice. Kevin Knight and Darby have beef. So Kenny and Kevin Knight are going to have a title shot at the pay-per-view. And then Darby jumps Kevin Knight. And here come the Death Riders, which we are definitely setting up the Omega Ospreay fallout, bros. Mark my words. So we just saw the dogs and the Death Rider. None of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. And I know how far behind I am on this chat right now. I'll admit that was a bar when he said there is no goodness left in me, only greatness. All right, got one. Oh yeah, the Death Riders. So here's help me connect dots as we go to the back with Jungle Boy. Again, if I'm wrong, tell me. The Death Riders showed up earlier tonight to help the dogs against the babyface Bang Bang Gang. Correct? Then they show up 20 minutes later, 40 minutes later, and help the baby faces against the heel. Am I right? Like the Death Riders and the dogs are working together, or I got my wires crossed here. All of this is so fucking messy. Kenny Omega versus Kevin Knight at Redemption. Tell me your pay-per-view doesn't matter without telling me your pay-per-view doesn't matter. That you just booked a pay-per-view for the sake of booking it. They came out to protect Will. Okay, but Will is a babyface. Kenny's a babyface. But earlier they were working with the heels against babyfaces. I don't get it. I don't get it. He thinks it makes him cool and badass. He's another 140-pound dude that thinks he's tough because he has a pocket knife. The show is just getting fucking worse. And if you want it to get better, Brodito's still back together, which is great. But they will be taking on the nothing team of Aaron Solo and Gamarato. Who the fuck knew they were still in the company? I'm not even putting a poll up for this one, folks. I give up. Brodito needs to stay a thing. Yes, they should have never not been a thing. Brodito was one of the hottest things in your company. And you fucked it up. And now you throw them back together. AEW could have the best tag team division in the world. And they choose not to. They choose not to. They don't book good tag team wrestling. Though we got 2 tag team matches tonight, but there's so much potential here. Kenny Omega versus Kevin Knight. I'm bewildered. I'm baffled. Yeah, the dinosaur. Got me so mad I'm smashing buttons. Here we go. Wasn't Solo partner in a faction. Well, Solo, Camarado, fucking Solo, Camarado, who was the other one? The other Ono. They were all in a fucking thing. Yeah, I gave myself a timeout, Nair. Even I'm sick of this shit. KJ, come back. QT, that's right, the QT Marshall crew. Brodito to the top, or Bandito to the top. Right? Brodito gets a good win. I don't go. Thank you. KJ, come back. Yeah, I was just gone for a minute, folks. It was a hiccup. Again, Wednesday, and you can tell AEW fans this. Everyone out there, if you're ever talking about women's wrestling, AEW has the least amount of weekly yum-yums. The least. It's disappointing. They don't have a lack of yum-yums on the roster. They just don't like to book them. I partly think it's because when Tony books the ladies, he actually has to talk to them, and it makes him nervous. So he doesn't book them. And we're back in the back again. And another interview by Renee broke up. If I was Renee, I'd quit. You guys are assholes. Every time I try and talk to somebody, someone else shows up. Okay, so here's great fucking booking. You want to talk Booker of the Year? You guys want to talk about Tony Khan? So good, he knows his shit. You put Brodito back together. You put him out tonight. You give him a squash match win. They go to the back, and Bandito hands Kyle Fletcher a wanted sign. So we're setting up Bandito against Kyle Fletcher, but you just highlighted him as a good tag team guy. Is anyone seeing the fucking plethora of absolute horseshit that this company is delivering? Basic, remedial, childish, unorganized. What else can I say? What else can I say? How do I defend this? What is the good? What is the silver lining to the nonsense? Everything doesn't make sense. You just highlighted Brodito as a tag team that you've reunited. And then he goes and says, hey, I want a singles match with Kyle Fletcher. What the fuck are we doing? And Commander's here. Do I even bother putting up a poll for this one either? I know how Tony Khan books to show. I knew he was going to book Kevin Knight versus Omega at Redemption because TK needs a main event for Omega in his home country. But why Kevin Knight? Why not one of the Death Riders? Why not one of the Callis family? Why Kevin Knight? Why isn't Kevin Knight fighting other young, athletic, exciting talent? Why is Kevin Knight not getting a TNT title defense at the pay-per-view against somebody that can highlight how amazing Kevin Knight can be? Darby wants to fight Kevin Knight. No, Darby, you are just going to jump on his back. That big old baby face maneuver of jumping on a guy's back. It is so flawed. It's like they're not even trying. And maybe when you have $1 billion, you don't have to fucking try. Maybe that's the answer. But at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck who out there likes this programming. It doesn't change the fact that it is flawed in almost every fucking part of the show. From the segments you choose to start with, from the order of your matches, to where you line people up, to the stories that you're not telling or kind of telling, to your lack of protagonists and clear antagonists. Every aspect of this as a competitive entertainment weekly show is out to fucking lunch. And thank God this company puts on a decent pay-per-view, because that's how they're holding on to the last handful of sickos. But that sicko army was so much bigger 5 years ago. That sicko army was so much bigger 3 years ago. And here we are now, and that sicko army is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And they don't believe us. They don't believe anybody. They don't really think it's true. They're sitting right now, your tube socks stretched out, ready to go. Every single segment is a mess. Andrade, Jake something, great match. So far, match of the night. Outside of that, everything has been a mess. That Kenny Omega promo, it would not cut it on NXT programming. If Kenny showed up right now in NXT and cut that promo, people would boo him out of the building. There's levels to this shit. I bet this guy's stomach and chest feel like an area rug. Fact. My grandma said that is a hairy man. That is facts. He is definitely a hairy man.
Your pants.
Mama says that. Mama says that.
Peeing your pants is cool. Consider me Miles Davis.
Facts. I hit that one by accident, but here we go. It's magic. More like Brillo. Hey, like Brillo, cutting up my pillow. Facts. Let's go. What's up, Mega? Yeah, I left for a second. I have returned. I'm not reading it. Commander to the outside. And let's make Commander look awesome and Kyle Fletcher look like, oh shit, he's going to have a match with Bandito? How do we get there? Are other people mad at Kyle? You don't have anything better for Kyle than Commander and fucking Bandito? This is the best we can do. We didn't need this. We didn't need this smash match. A lot of them, again, and Tony Khan, because we do what we do here, every week we see the pattern, right? Like, so you'll know 2 or 3 matches, and then the day of, the afternoon of, he'll throw out 3 or 4 late matches. I don't know why he does this. I don't know if he thinks that, like, catching people on the way home from work, that they might see a post about a match that just got announced and be excited to watch. But then you announce, like, Kyle Fletcher Commander. That's not going to make extra people tune in. I'm sorry. There's not one person on this fucking planet that was not going to watch AEW tonight that saw that post and went, we should do that. I have to see that. Not one fucking person on this planet. Not one. AEW is like a bad landscaper. I shouldn't have to ask. Weird House. Facts. Have we seen one female wrestler tonight? Renee Paquette we saw. Have we seen anybody even we saw Shafir twice. That's it. That's all that I can think of. Oh, we saw the replay of Sheeta causing trouble at Collision. Does that count? Maybe they count Renee as part of the women's division. Facts. Don Callis looks like a mannequin brought to life. He looks like a dick with ears, and that's it. It's been a sausage fest here. Every Wednesday is a sausage fest. Their crowd is a sausage fest. It's bad. It's remedial. It is remedial. Like when I say out loud, and I mean it when I say it, I can write this show better. I would even offer to do it as a ghostwriter. And I don't say that because I believe that I'm some big fucking wrestling expert or I know all the ins and outs. But I do know storytelling. And I do know how to connect dots. And I do know how to get from point A to point B without fucking, jumping off into F, J, fucking R. How are we even getting to those letters? Like, again, it's not a brag about me. It's actually a poor reflection on them that I know in my heart I would crush what they're producing right now. From a writing standpoint, it is a fucking mess. They need someone to regulate, but nobody cares. Nobody cares, and they will never get that nod from me. I will never consider Tony Khan. I don't give a fuck how many times Meltzer gives Tony Khan the Booker Award. I don't give a fuck if Sports Illustrated gives it to him. He will never be Booker of the Year in my eyes as long as Dynamite is a fucking weekly disaster. And I don't think like anyone looking. You're asking me to look past. It's not even like, well, just enjoy it, or let your imagination go a little, KJ. Just be a fan. But the writing is bad. The formatting is bad. The production is bad. I would never let one of my main event talents and his faction do a segment in an electrical room unless he was the fucking electrocutioner. The Shockmaster. That's the only way you're getting into the fucking electrical room. Bad enough guys like Jim Cornette already call Moxley the plumber. Now he's the fucking electrician. Great. Good job, Tony. The women are closing the show. Oh, good. Barely Marina, I think. Yeah, kind of. Like, vaguely remember her maybe being around. Commander, the best guy in the show. Fuck you, Kyle Fletcher. Springboard, Hurricane Rana to the outside. And Fletcher getting whooped. I don't mean to interrupt Wednesday night rants, but cheap plug later tonight, live-ish Saturday main event preview with me and Jake, also touching on Corbin Cass, Vikingo injury, and more. Should be live by 10:15. Well, folks, when I say goodnight and I'll wrap up and say goodbye, go jump over and see our buddy Spaz and Jake DeMarco, and enjoy their previews. Uniprazo, fuck, anywhere but where she is. Anywhere but where she currently is, Alan. AEW equals terrible booking and great wrestling. Yes, but I do believe that AEW has like maybe the best wrestling matches as far as like a holy fuck factor, but they also have the worst matches. Like their deviation is huge. They got to figure it out a little. Fletcher, kicked in the face again by Commander. Fletcher's side is cut open. Looks like he got some color the hard way.
We got a bleeder!
It's true, folks. Fletcher down. Fletcher bleeding. Commander has fucking rocked this guy's show all match. Oh, that was cool. That was fucking cool. Give him the belt. Fucking give him the belt. Give him the belt. 2. Give him the belt. Kyle Fletcher is being taken to school. Commander, I thought this was beautiful. Commander walks the ropes. Kyle Fletcher sweeps the feet. Commander lands on his ass on the top rope, springboards, and ends up back over to do a Canadian Destroyer. What a fucking great sequence. KJAW just has too much talent to push. Yes and no, Michael. They have a lot of talent, but they're pushing the wrong talent. Yes, they have. It's too much to get everybody on. But when you dedicate 15, 20 minutes a week to Danny Garcia or Wheeler Yuta or two, shut the fuck up. Reversal. Moonsault. Fletcher catches. Spins into a DDT. Brainbuster. So fucking stupid. Commander kicked the living shit out of Kyle Fletcher. Kicked the fucking shit out of him. Kyle Fletcher had 2 moves at the end and got the dub. Don Callis looks like a hot dog on the grill that some 7-Eleven employee forgot about for a day and a half. This is what's crazy to me. AEW consistently gives us nothing matches for guys we don't care about when there are tons of stories to be told in the women's division, in the men's division. But I see what you're saying. Like, there is no reason why the women get one, like, oh, we missed it this week. They get, we get the women once, on average, just over once a week. Now Kyle Fletcher is trying to rip Commander's mask. I don't know what to tell anybody. Anybody got a thought? This is fucking brutal. Takeshita's back! I thought he was going to the G1. As Takeshita goes after Fletcher. Then why did you have Bandito do what Bandito just did? I fucking hate this company. A good match, a fun match between Fletcher and Commander. Don't get me wrong. Commander got way too much offense on your champion, but Takeshita wants his belt back. Dream match, Commander versus anybody. Commander is always the better looking of the two guys in every match he has. Okada! Jesus fucking Christ. Okada takes out Takeshita. The fuck? That's actually a 10 out of 10, Ken. You missed the one. Kevin Knight is in the Callis family. Yes. Callis eats hot dog sideways. Shut the fuck up. Here comes Bandito. Here comes Brody King. Tope. You need a flowchart to figure out what the fuck is happening in the show. So Takeshita and Brodito stand tall together. I'm just so confused why they're setting up what they are, starting feuds they don't need, or in between already ongoing ones. Look, Takeshita comes back and wants the title, but Bandito wants the title. None of it makes sense. Because all of the Death Riders outside of Mox and Will are jobbers. Yeah. Rant alert. My head hurts, man. Now we're in the back with Kenny and Darby. Tony Khan is being forced to sign a lot of talent. We can't expect him to know how to book them. Who's forcing him, Michael? That is horseshit. Who's forcing him? Tell me who's making him spend the money. And if he doesn't have enough TV time for the talent he has, stop signing people. Stop breaking the law, asshole. That's what I mean. Stop doing it. Moxley's on the show again. Fuck. Kyle with Mantis. Fucking hell. I got a super chat floating around, at least one. I'm going to get to it. KJ, get this. The difference between 5-star rating Meltzer has given WWE ever and 5-star ratings on AEW TV matches just this year is 2. 23 for WWE all-time, 21 for... It's again, I feel like I appreciate the super chat. I love it. I feel like this is only going to stir me up more. Meltzer's a fucking idiot. Meltzer's out to lunch. Meltzer doesn't know what he's doing. Meltzer has a fanboy crush. Meltzer's the equivalent of a ring rat. Meltzer just is hoping that one of the guys will slide into his DM and give him a little tickle. Meltzer is embarrassing. Meltzer has alienated his cohorts. Meltzer has alienated some of his friends. Meltzer has made a mockery and a joke of himself. I've been adamant about it. I've said it over and over. I one day hope he hears me say it, but he would never get in a conversation with somebody like me because he would squirm out of his clothes. There is no good argument for him. Every once in a while he gets a little spat with Brian, but I mean, I would love to see Dave have an actual debate with somebody. I don't think he has the balls to do it. This company is embarrassing at times. Kenny said he'll leave it to Darby to beat Kevin. Darby coming off heelish. Yeah, Darby seems annoyed. And he should be. Why? Like, I mean, I don't know. So we're not getting Kenny, Kevin? Thank fuck. But then what's Kenny doing? And then why would you have a whole segment to do that to then undo it? Did Tony Khan hear me freak out between segments? The belt looks great. It's a good-looking belt with the black leather. I put it that way. I don't mind Kenny as champion. I mind Kenny Omega having a long promo, though. And one of the problems is the company, the booker, the producers aren't helping their stars look good. Kenny shouldn't come out, cut a promo with the Bucks, then cut a promo with Will Ospreay, then cut a promo with Kevin. It's too much. Too much. Especially if you're not a great public speaker. And by the way, welcome, Boston. I feel like you're late. You weren't here for attendance earlier, sir. We've seen Renee more than anyone on this show. I'm not complaining. And at least she has a purpose. Renee is one of the only people that we see a lot that is actually doing something to try and benefit the show. Just every time she gets 3 words out of her mouth, she's only there. Tell me if I'm wrong. And someone can fact check me on this. Every single backstage segment with Renee has been interrupted tonight. Every single one. You talk about tropes. You talk about predictable Wednesday nights. Not Mondays. Not Tuesdays. Not Thursdays. Not Fridays. I guarantee tonight, MLP goes on the TV with Mayhem. And I guarantee you, and I've seen it live, that they're going to put on a better show than Dynamite tonight. I guarantee it. And it's not the wrestlers. They have great wrestlers. It's not the fans. They have some really great fans. As the Brawling Brutes are here. The Brawling Birds, not the Brutes, the Birds. Fuck.
Yum yums.
It is the management that is letting this company down. The captain is steering the ship and his compass is broken. But why is the rum gone? I don't know. But clearly there's a problem. But it's the person. Renee just did a backstage segment. She's out here now on the ramp. We can't split this up. You got main event guys doing backstage segments, and you got lower card women doing fucking on the ramp segments. Like, there is no rhyme, reason, structure, merit. It is literally like a fucking just a complete. It's like everyone kumbaya, a utopian bliss over at AEW. Is there still an AEW women's tag? Oh, yeah, the Double Ds are still rocking the tag titles, right? Fuck my life. Well, they're going to get on the card, and they're going to win against the Double Ds. That's for sure. Almost guaranteed. He's fucking right. A big one with weed in it. Stop breaking the... I really should. I got to grab it. I've been adding, Sean. Every like night I'm laying in bed. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. But yeah, that's what it is. Like, oh, I don't have enough TV time for all these wrestlers. Stop signing them, asshole. Stop it. Everyone's talking about, oh, MCMG might come. Oh, you think we get Sheamus? You can't book the people you have now. Your cup runneth over. This is pathetic. This is pathetic. Jericho's cutting an intense promo.
So dumb.
So dumb. The Painmaker's back and nobody gives a fuck. He's so fucking dumb.
So dumb.
Dude, I can't even make this shit up anymore. What are we doing? Champ is known for like that intense sit down on the chair, mean fucking deep promo. So Jericho does one in a light and turns around and I'm the Painmaker. So Jericho's got to do Jericho things. Can't just have a good match and put over Ciampa. He's got to be the Painmaker. And we're fucking hell. Ciampa's going to fight on Collision.
So dumb. So dumb.
The show's breaking me tonight. I understand not everyone is a yeet or yeah call and response fan, but can we stop pretending goodbye, good night, bang is Shakespeare? It doesn't get over. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's the way he does it doesn't really resonate that great. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Yeet's over, yah's over, what was over. I don't give a fuck. The people that are criticizing shit that gets over, don't understand what the fuck they're talking about. And that includes Coachman and fucking Vince Russo. Those two fucking idiots. By the way, anyone notice the dirt sheet debate being done on another channel? Yeah, I did too. Do you ever notice someone else rocking some framing on their shit? Yeah, I did too. Thank you, Coachman. Thank you, Russo. At least we know you're paying attention. It's why we keep changing it up. But those are two of the biggest dumbasses I've ever seen in my fucking life. And Coachman comes off like a bitter ex-girlfriend. Clueless. A business they are apparently in and have so much knowledge of, and they just shit on shit that's over. Because they don't understand over. Here comes Brian Cage, speaking of not understanding over. Should we put a poll up for this one? It's been a while. We've had 2 matches, no polls. The most unpredictable company in the fucking world. And yet we know everything that's going to fucking happen right before our eyes. So Darby's fighting Brian Cage for no reason. I'm guessing Kevin Knight comes back out to beat him up. Is that what happens? What a night. Oh, what a night. Exactly. Okay, I'm going to catch up on some of these. This show has broken. Fucking hell. It's nice just to kind of let it all out. It's cathartic. We're stalling. I'm going to watch something else. Okay, that's allowed. Darby beating Cage is unbelievable. Yeah, kind of. As Cage now throwing him around. It's going to be just like the last match we saw. Cage walks up the stairs with Darby in suplex position and holds it and then just drops him on the ramp. Time for Darby to squash Cage. Facts. Stop stealing our shit, Coachman. You're grifting, baby. Back, bitch. Hey, listen, don't take my word for it. Go check it out. And you tell me if I'm wrong. There's weird coincidences. And again, maybe I'm just a little vain, but when you kind of are somebody, when you are on a channel that kind of has a different vibe than almost every other channel out there, when the tribal chiefs out there and others start doing the same shit, it becomes very, and I'm not saying Roman Reigns, someone else will figure that out. You kind of get it. And again, great minds think alike, kudos to them. But I find it very interesting that by the day I'm seeing more and more of what seems to be our shit looking like they're popping up on places like that, because it's 2 guys that are completely unoriginal, 2 guys that are completely full of themselves, and 2 guys that spend 80% of their show jerking each other off. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Chris Jericho versus Tommaso Ciampa is official for redemption. Yeah, so Chris Jericho has to fight because it's Canada. I said Ciampa's a better opponent for Jericho. Jericho being the painmaker just made me laugh. I don't take it serious. It's like old grandpa threw on makeup to make the grandchildren chuckle. I don't take it serious. I don't. This flabby guy that looks like fucking Brian from Family Guy shaved down has got face paint on. I don't care. Darby Allin for the win. He doesn't, Jose. I don't know what that is. How you call yourself Painmaker with clown makeup? Make it make sense. How do you call yourself Painmaker when the only pain is in your back because you're 55? Kenny says, is Shakespeare, his delivery is Tupac's ass. Yeah, it might be written by Shakespeare, but it's delivered by fucking Mumblemouth. So I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, Kenny. Ain't good. Like I said, they're acting like everything is legendary going into All In when it's barely. For 5 years, and I agree with you, Will, for the 5 years, and keep in mind, I will repeat this because I feel like it's necessary, but I started this channel to defend AEW. I was a diehard AEW fan. I wouldn't miss a second of AEW. So I started all of this. Started an Instagram page. It led to opportunities, and here we are. But in that time frame, what we've run into is if we tell you we're amazing, if we tell you we've done great things, if we tell you we're a badass, we are. We don't have to back it up with action. We don't have to back it up with stats. We don't have to back anything up with analytics. In fact, even if you do find the analytics that say otherwise, those are wrong. They're not true. They're made up by bots and haters. But this company does a lot of talking and very little walking. The one thing they got in their pocket that is legitimately hard to debate is their pay-per-views deliver 9 times out of 10. But even those could be edited and cleaned up and trimmed. It's not all bad. And if this company was so completely useless, I wouldn't be here, right? We don't cover other companies because they're garbage. But we cover this one in hopes that they get some shit together. And they have so much talent to do it. But you watch tonight and you write it all down, and it becomes very apparent of how unorganized, unprepared, and they're not thinking this out. And if it is thought out, and if you're sitting at home right now going, my mind's blown with this great storytelling, this wild writing, this Death Rider shit's so good. I don't want to insult you, but either you're younger or your brain is younger than me, which, I mean, is a wide window. But it's just the show lacks maturity. The show lacks cohesion. It just isn't put together well. And I don't think enough people in the company are talking to each other, because we're getting segment after segment that looks like segments that we just saw. We're getting matches that look like what we just saw. Right now, we're in picture in picture. We're advertising, actually, Montreal versus Toronto in the old football. But Brian Cage is going to kick the shit out of Darby, and then Darby's going to win. Why does Jericho look like the Art the Clown from Terrifier jokes? AEW booking is like kids purring on a talent with no help, 90 people at the same time. Coffin drop to the floor. 90 people. Yeah, it's, again, and the excuses and the bullshit and the Meltzers of the world. Just be honest. Why is it so hard to be honest? Why can't we just tell the truth? Again, I don't understand. Just do good. Then you get to brag about the good you do. Stop doing poor and then telling us, no, it's great, you're dumb. That's fucked up.
So dumb.
So dumb. Yeah, I'm done. I do rants. I'm fucking... That Jericho shit, when he turned around, all I did was laugh. And there's going to be people online blowing it up. Oh, the Painmaker's back. No, he's not. The Painmaker's 12 years older than he was when he was the Painmaker. Dumb fucks. The fuck are we doing? Yeah, the Painmaker's back. Give me a break. KJ, do we need a Chucky soundbite? Who the fuck are you? Yeah, either that or a Connor. Who the fuck is that guy? Yeah, me. Bloody hell. Wait, what? No matter how good Omega or some are, they need to stop acting like certain stuff is bigger than it is. For sure. Absolutely. And sometimes you need to get to the fucking point as well. You don't need to bring in the Bucks to, give them a pat on the back, and then bring in another friend to give them a pat on the back, all to lead to a Kevin Knight segment that might lead to a Darby Kevin Knight match. What the fuck? All of that ends up being a waste of time, if that's the case. Cage is about to lose to Darby. Get the fuck out. Oh, yeah. Again, the crowd's not really into this because we all kind of know where this is going, and the crowd seems pretty quiet. And Cage is beating the shit out of Darby, and then Darby's going to win. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Brian Cage just gorilla pressed Darby from the ramp and threw him headfirst into the ring post. I think he hit it. Legit hit it. If he didn't actually make contact with the ring post in his head, I'm super impressed at how the kid sold that. Oh, but Darby's okay. And Cage gets back out of the ring. For fuck's sake! Get in the ring. Get in the ring. Get in the ring. AEW, where the little guys win. Facts. I miss Rio. Kenny's got to let her out of the house. Renee is kind of PTA sexy, though. Oh, no. Renee's a cutie. Canadian gem. Bad taste in dudes, but Canadian gem. I think we are getting Fletcher versus Bandito versus Okada versus Takeshita. Okay. I feel like Okada Takeshita, the ship has sailed. I think Fletcher being tied to Okada and Callis is holding Fletcher back. Bandito getting slotted in makes no fucking sense. And Takeshita is the best of the group, who just lost the belt. We thought he'd move on. What are they doing? They're running it back. So, dear AEW fans, before you start shitting on other companies that run things back, we might run this one back. Is that okay? Is that okay? Are you sure? Is it going to bother you a little? Renee is just decoration. She's just there to set up. She's just there to set up the interruption so our guys could fight in front of her. Like, that's all she is. And Darby gets the win. Same formula as last match. 2 moves, W. Gets the shit kicked out of him the entire match. Well, good news is 65% of the chat was correct. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Jamie Hayter and her muscles. There you go. Suplex me. There you go. You can't get suplexed by everyone, my guy. It's a busy week and a sore back. Pause. Omega ain't no Roman. Hell, he isn't Mox. Yeah, listen, Kenny Omega's had some really phenomenal fucking matches in his career. Yo, it's 9. Yo. What we did? It is not. I didn't realize it's 9:58, and the women's 6-women tag match is up next. The fuck are we doing, Tony Khan? What are we doing? And now we're back in the back again. Come on, guys. Let's be real. Let's be adults about this. Let's be grown-ups. What are we watching? Promos, graded matches. Who are the idiots in the back? Oh, my head hurts. So at Redemption, Kyle Fletcher versus Bandito. What the fuck? Anybody got any questions with this? What are we doing? Alex trying too hard. Did I miss any super chats? I gotta make sure I get no new ones that I see. Oh, is anyone with me on this? Am I alone? Random people in the shot. Great. The production is Bush League. We talked about it earlier. It's hurting the show. And in all fairness, I was here on Thursday last week, and I think one thing, if I was running TNA, I would try and invest a little more money in the production and clean it up a little. And it doesn't have to look just like WWE. You don't want that. But AEW looks so Mickey Mouse. It is such a farce right now. So this show ends at 10:30. I don't fucking know at this point. It is 10 o'clock, and we are on a commercial. I hear a lot of complaining by internet wrestling fans about commercials. It is 10 o'clock. I want to change the channel. I want to watch something else. And we have an entire match that hasn't even been introduced yet? Oh, okay. Rusty Cage. Better than a rusty trombone. It's 10 p.m. and we still have it. Yes! What the fuck? What the absolute fuck are we thinking? Again, I mean, I know some people are like, why do you even care? We're getting extra wrestling. It just speaks to the show not being put together well. Not being thought out well. I don't even know if they care. And we see no women on this show other than Jamie Hayter. The Birds come out who are going to be in the main event. We don't, in 2 hours, we got to wait 2 hours and over 2 hours to get the women in the ring. And this somehow makes it special? The fuck are we talking about? How does this at all make any of these women feel important to AEW? Truthfully, I'm good, Nair. I'm in the sweet spot right now. I'm having fun. Why are they saying redemption like backlash? Oh, redemption. Everyone kind of just holding on to shit. I don't know. You not. I'm not what? I have a severe headache and AEW isn't making it worse. It's giving me a severe headache. It's fucking just killing me tonight. AEW put half of the chat to sleep. It's crazy. I want it to be good. Listen, the wrestling shows being good, exciting, and mattering means a lot to content creators. Because if we're creating content based on their content and their content shit, no one's going to want to watch our shit either. I'm rooting for them, but none of it makes sense. Okada, like the whole thing, and we end up with Fletcher Bandito. Why? Because Bandito slipped him a flyer, which you just highlighted him as a tag team guy? And we're doing a backstage segment. Was this advertised for a 2.5 hour show? Did I miss something? Anybody? I'm asking. Did I miss something? So now Callis is cutting a promo on Kenny on behalf of Knight, though he wasn't there to do it earlier. And she's interrupted again. Here comes Speedball, your primary target, your primary story, forgotten about till 10:05 p.m. on a Wednesday. Some people might see this and go, holy shit, this guy's complaining a lot. Well, my God, if I'm just reporting what's happening, who's the real fucking problem? Are they not putting a lot of bullets in my gun if I'm a hater? Are they not giving me a lot of things to point out that aren't quite going so well? Can we get one backstage interview that completes so that I believe that this is a legitimate company once in a while? It is now 10:04, and the women, the poor women of AEW, hashtag deserve better, are coming out at 10:04 for a really, honestly, a 6-woman tag that we don't care much about. Oh, my God. And would you want to get Mercedes Moné on your TV sooner than later? Okay, you all know my criticisms in that regard. But would you not, if she is one of your superstars, Willow could be an absolute superstar, right? Double D's aren't bad. Would you not want them on the show earlier? Instead of this fucking Death Rider Callis, Death Rider Callis, Death Rider and Callis, Death Rider Callis, Callis, Death Rider. That's the whole fucking show. You have no room for anyone else because you just keep using everybody over and over again. Tell me when I'm wrong. Tell me when I'm telling lies. They going 3? Is it a 3-hour bonus, Fallen God? As a woman, I feel offended by this. They are afterthoughts. Nair, I'm with you. As a fan of women, big fan. I think it's disrespectful. We talk about they get one match between 9 and 9:30, except on the nights that they put them in the main event. The fact that you didn't get any other women, any other female content on your show in 2 hours is embarrassing. It is disrespectful, and nobody, and I will stand on this. I see fans all the time. Oh, AEW's got the best women's roster, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but you don't use them, so what does it matter? Right? Like, what does it matter? Here comes Willow. And look at Willow. Instantly gets a big pop, comes out with energy. I would open the show with Willow. Have Willow be the first thing we fucking hear tonight. No, we got to go to the electrical room with fucking Plumber Moxley and friends.
Yum yums.
putting everybody to fucking sleep around here. Rice and beans, Monet. TK, if WWE had to go 2.5 hours, watch what I do, I'll do it every week. And that's fine. It's fine. But it's not an overrun. By definition, it's not. And I know the fans, who gives a shit? We're getting extra, just be happy. I'm fine, but I feel like it's garbage that your show sends at 10 o'clock. Your show is scheduled till 10 o'clock. And it's 10:06 and we're starting a women's match. That is mismanagement of every kind. The majority of AEW women's roster couldn't make it on NXT. But there are some that really could, especially with some work. And Jose, I mean, I think part of that is because of the way they're booked, the way they're trained, the way that we see them. And there's been so much bullshit. And now we're getting a female standoff. A lady standoff. Mercedes kind of been like face lately. She was face-ish when she came back. Maya was definitely a baby face because, you know, the circumstances, they pushed her hard. But now they're apparently Maya World and friends are heels with Mercedes, and with the Double D's are heels. So Mercedes and the Double D's are heels. The Birds. I don't know. This is so fucking confusing. It's not Double D's. I don't know what the fuck's happening anymore. This show is like, there's a cream for that. Too much yum-yums? I guess so. I guess when you get it all at once. Big match announced for next week. Kevin Knight versus Dart. Oh, what? Why? I don't know what they're doing. I honestly don't know what they're doing. I don't get it, Damien. Why is Darby and Kevin Knight not a pay-per-view match? Why is Kevin Knight even fucking with Kenny Omega? Is anyone seeing the flaws in this? And I know you guys in the chat that are here all the time get it. I'm more speaking to the people, out in the vast genius of the internet. WWE interested in Bane. Why wouldn't they be? They could do so much. They could do so much business with Megan Bane. They could do so much business with Cross. They could do so much business with some of these ladies. Sky Blue's marketable. Anna Jay, if she could get out of there. Like, there is so much talent. Listen, AEW does not have a talent problem. And me saying this show sucks is not a reflection on talent outside of Moxley Callis, and a bad Kenny promo. It's not the wrestler's fault their boss is bad at his job. They're not the wrestler's fault that a money mark. Y'all go watch Dixie Carter. And that's all you need to know. That'll sum up Tony Khan real quick. Again, it's almost like defiant, Ryan. And this is where it feels like Vincent Kennedy McMahon, where it's like, oh, are they cheering that girl? Oh, I didn't know they were going to do that. So they're cheering too loud. I got to pull her back, or I got to bury her a little so other women don't get upset. Like, that's what it feels like across the board, that everyone's got a fucking soft ego in this company. Mercedes can't do face. She shouldn't. She's bad at it. But she's back to being a heel. Don't forget Jericho. Jericho made me laugh. I'm so irritated with everything that happened on the show tonight that the Jericho thing literally popped me. It was one of my biggest pops of the night. I laughed. Jack Perry versus Nick Wayne. Okay. And that might as well be fucking Maxine Dupree versus fucking Nikki Cross on Main Event. Meaningless. Who gives a shit? I didn't even know Nick Wayne was still here. I miss his mom, though. Where's Nick Wayne's mom? Why did her and Christian break up? Why isn't this show not over? the draw. Like I wish we still got access to quarterly hours just to see the drop off and how dirty you're doing these ladies. Finally, you waited to the 2 hour and 5 mark. Speedball with Ricky Saints collection shirt. Nice. Speedball with Ricky Saints collection shirt. I like that. KJ, I'm looking forward to SmackDown on Friday and Saturday night main event. Then this boring show. I'm looking forward to SmackDown. I think Impact is trying to do some stuff heading into, the rest of their summer. So yeah, I mean, you see me start every Wednesday with let's hope for hopium, right? Like here's for hoping. Tonight's going to be a good one. And then it just goes downhill from there. Tonight just happened right out of the gate. It's after 10 p.m. and we come back from commercial to go backstage segment. And now we're in picture at 10:12. It's not, here's the problem, guys. And this is where the simple-minded might let it go over their head. This isn't an argument about like, oh, I gotta, like, it's so late. Why did they not? No. And yeah, oh, great. We're getting extra wrestling. We're getting extra bad wrestling. We're not staying late for like something main event. I mean, well, Mercedes Willow are here, KJ. It's not a big deal. You could have, think of how bad tonight's show was. You're telling me you couldn't have fit this match in that show? Really? We couldn't get it in? Why is Kevin in the world champion? No, it's fucking stupid. And you force Darby to fight Kevin. Darby's probably going to beat Kevin, so he doesn't have the title going into redemption. Why would you set up the redemption match and then 5 minutes later announce next week Darby's going to fight fucking Kevin Knight, his actual rival? Like, what the fuck? The fuck are we doing?
Yum yums.
Double D's. Yeah, they should win. I said it earlier, guys. It's such a mess. It's so messy. It takes the enjoyment out of the show because it's so poorly put together. It's so hard to get excited. I want to get excited for Will Ospreay and enjoy his matches, but I can't. You got him fucking around with Moxley. I want to get excited about the main event scene or the women's tag team scene or something, but it's a mess. Oh, maybe we'll get excited about the international belt. Oh, no, he got beat up by Takeshita and got saved by Okada, and then but now he's going to fight Bandito. What? What? Why? You mean Bandito, who just had a tag match with the partner that you broke him up with, that now he's back with, that they got to win, but he's going to have a singles match at the pay-per-view? Why did you put them back together as a tag team then? Why didn't you hold off on that decision? None of this makes sense. It's a wrestling show written by a child in grade 3 trying to fucking tell you a story. And then, and then. Yeah, no, and then. What the fuck are we doing? Smash all the buttons, folks. Oh, here comes Willow. 10:15. What a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. Megan competed in the World Women's IWGP last month, and AEW didn't even mention it. Again, AEW, nobody books women as poorly as AEW. Nobody. GCW books them better. MLW books them better. MLP books them better. WWE booked their women better. NXT does it. AAA's better. CMLL's better. Anyone else got a company? Because I guarantee it's fucking better too. Nobody does it as bad as Tony Khan. Absolute nothingness to their women division. You can't make your women marketable? Fuck. Come on now. They don't need a fucking marketing degree to fucking make this make sense. What are the double D's in a real match? Wait, not a 5 minute or less. The double D's are going to drop the belts to the Brawling Birds at All Out or at All In, right? So we have that to look forward to. That's funny, C Money. My Max keeps cutting out because it's yes. Even Max is confused by shit. Are we getting 5-minute match? No, it's now gone on almost 10 minutes. Better hit that yum buttons while you can. Fuck, right? No, I'm sorry. If I was a female wrestler in AEW, I'd be pissed. NXT went off at 9:58 last night. Yeah, facts. And again, if you have something important, something cool, something that really moves the needle and matters, and you want to go till 10:15, 10:20, please, Tony Khan, do it. But it's just you have a 2.5-hour show. Why don't you just advertise? You know, it's that now. You know, Dynamite has gone 2.5 hours. That's fine. Just tell us. Because if you keep playing it off like it's an overrun, it makes you look bad. Book better. It's the booking and the production. And I blame some of the people around Tony, and I blame some of the producers in the back. There's some really smart wrestling people in the back. And it's like nobody gives a fuck. Just, just collect the check and go home. Who cares? Tony's paying for our retirement. Who gives a fuck? We don't need this show to be good. We'll just collect our money. Crossbody. Crowd's kind of quiet. Harlem Lewis is your new Evolve World Champion. He let's go. Good job. There you go. We've had some good title changes. Does that mean Rourke is coming to NXT soon? As we have Rook and Rourke. This match is fucking brutal. As Lana back elbow tags Megan. Goes across. Big boot. Ooh. Into a suplex. Nice sequence. It's a hell of a sequence. I'd like to think I was complimentary of this show when they did some good stuff. I'm going to give my rating for Dynamite. I'm done. I'm done with the show already. 5 out of 10. Jorge, thank you, sir. Yeah, folks, stay till the end. We will give you a rating out of 10 whenever this fucking show comes to a conclusion. 1 out of 10. We take a rating out of 10 for every single show we cover. We truly want to know what wrestling fans feel about the wrestling shows. You're at 6.5. Yeah, my rating is not going to go any higher or lower. But I'm in around a 5 tonight. I can't. I'm sorry. People can say whatever they want. And yeah, you know, the car crash, the excitement, the great matches they do, they're all for nothing because you can't get into a show that is this poorly done. 4.5. What's this match all about? You're throwing a boot at me. Come on now. I'm not from fucking Wisconsin. Mercedes struggling with the thickness. Getting adjusted to the new body. She kicked out? Oh, for fuck's sake. We got to kick out at 10:20. Mercedes can't control her new weight. She's struggling. It's harder. You get that extra weight. Now all of a sudden your stamina don't feel the same. Again, that's the Tony Khan effect. That's the TK20. And there you go. Mercedes gets the pin. As predicted, shocking ender to Dynamite tonight. Thank God we stayed an extra 25 minutes for it. I couldn't have lived without that 20-minute match. That is fucking madness. TK not having an answer to anybody is going to the undoing of AEW, in my opinion. It's all going on, right? You can't maintain this. We've seen every other company. The only saving grace for Tony Khan is the piggy bank is big. But what we've come to learn in wrestling and in wrestling history, that piggy bank might be big, but eventually it will get sealed up and it will go away. So we'll ride it while it's good, folks, but I got no faith. Brooks Jensen versus Elijah Holyfield next week on Evolve, and Nikita Lyons versus Lady Luck. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. We might have to start watching more Evolve. Let's be real. I put $50 on the fact that Evolve was probably a more organized, more entertaining show tonight. What a flat finish. And there are a lot of glitching on the channel tonight. Like, is Bo Dallas coming to AEW, or are they just having shitty production problems? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the show. That is the end of Dynamite. That is the end of my misery. That is the end of the show tonight. I will read through your ratings. Let me know how you felt about it. What did you like? What didn't you like? Clearly, I was not in a good mood with Dynamite tonight. Clearly, I was not feeling quite a bit of it. I was complimentary when I thought something was half decent. But for the most part, that show is a disaster. And again, like I said earlier, I think there is a shit ton of people on this planet that could blindly book this show better. I think if you're an AEW diehard, if you're a true sicko, you should not criticize anyone's company other than the one that you're cheering for. It's great that you love AEW, but I've said this before. I said it a year ago. There's videos dedicated to it. At some point, these sickos need to start being honest about the shows. And that's it. Because this idea that everything's okay, everything's just perfect. Tonight was not a perfect show. Tonight wasn't a highly entertaining show. And that's my dilemma. I have no reason to not be entertained. Dynamite was excellent. I give it a 9 out of 10. The Rainmaker is going to turn on Kyle. Yeah, no. 9 out of 10, beep? 9 out of 10. That show was garbage. I'm sorry, my guy. 9 out of 10? Are you pulling my leg? Is that just a ruse? Like, is that a joke? You work for Tony Khan? The show sucked. There was nothing redeemable about this show. Brody King and Bandito back together. I like seeing that a little, but Bandito's going to go fight someone else. The Moxie stuff continues to hold this shit back. You open the show with a Moxie segment again. It sucked. It looked Bush League. NXT had better matches. NXT had at least, would they have 5 matches last night? NXT had better matches than Dynamite. I'm sorry. Tonight is not a 9. If tonight was a 9, NXT was a 24, and Raw was a 46. This is the problem. People saying this shit is 9s. This shit is not good. It is so bad. It's like doing a driver's test and hitting 5 pedestrians, 2 stop signs, 7 pylons, and going, but I made it here. It was good, right? It's good. I did it. I did the course. Yeah, but you hit oh, no, that doesn't matter. Don't worry about all the mistakes I made on the way. The fuck are we talking about? 9. The fuck out of here. NXT is on a network where many local stations start other programming, including the news at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. in New York. Okay, 10 p.m.? Yeah, I mean, maybe Tony Khan would, like, maybe the network should say to Tony, stop with the runovers. I guess. I don't know. But we stayed an extra 25 minutes tonight for a match that sucked. That was non-entertaining. That was botchy. That looked like a training fucking match. 6 out of 10, 6.5, 1 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 0 out of 10. And I'm sorry to, jump. Everyone has a right to their opinion. And I don't want someone to feel like they can't enjoy something because I didn't. But there's no fucking way that is a 9 out of 10 wrestling show. And I don't give a fuck if Okada turns on Fletcher. That's long overdue. This whole Callis family and Fletcher and Takeshita, it's hurting guys like Fletcher and Takeshita. It's not helping them. Who throws a boot? I don't know. 6 out of 10. The last 10 minutes of that match has been cooking. Maybe I checked out. 6-0, finally over. Yeah, 6-0, 6-0. The most unpredictable wrestling show in the world. Good fun match to end a terrible show. I'll give you that, Rance. I'll be honest. I was checked out. The greatest of the 4 horsewomen wins. Oof. Oof. 5. Good fun match to end the show. 6 out of 10. Want to be nice. If it wasn't for KJ and the Wrestling for Life Network fam, I would have left after Omega. Thank you for staying. Safi Mercedes gets a win in her hometown. Who cares? Why couldn't you get her on the show before 10 o'clock in her hometown? Because all these segments go long. All these segments stretch out. All these segments are fucking boring. Crowd goes, man, yep. Because fucking your energy dies. And you watch so much shit that we're supposed to celebrate when there's a little bit of fucking not shit. Oh, good. 4 out of 10 knee pads. What a boring life in AEW. 6.3 out of 10. Waste of energy. Moxley, Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega versus Don Callis family next week on Dynamite. Moxley, Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega. Oh, so Moxley, see? The Moxleys, the Bucks, they always find a way to stay close. And this is all leading to Moxley. Moxley's big crescendo is Ospreay wins and Moxley turns on to Ospreay because he was ungrateful. I taught you an armbar and you're going to not thank me? Yeah, it's coming soon, folks. Why the hell are we doing Kevin Knight versus Omega at Redemption? That's like doing Chad Gable versus Cody Rhodes at a pay-per-view. In addition, Boston, they're doing the right match next week on Dynamite. Kevin's going to fight Darby. That's the pay-per-view match. None of this makes sense. And I'm sorry. If you think this is a 9, you're ignoring all the things that are wrong. And it's not a matter of preference. Some people will say, well, KJ, I'm allowed to feel what I feel. If I liked it, I liked it. And that is true. To a point. To a point. Yes, some people have really different tastes in this life. However, the fundamentals of producing a show, the fundamentals of producing pro wrestling, the things that are by definition pro wrestling, you can't just ignore all of that and go, well, they still did good. It is the same, and I've said it a million times before, AEW is the fucking Harlem Globetrotters of pro wrestling. And ironically, you think that would be the WWE. But the Globetrotters don't worry about traveling or double dribble or, fucking out of bounds or forward and back. They don't care about any of that shit. They're just having fun. They're putting on a good show. They do cool tricks. And the AEW fans are Globetrotter fans. Ooh, he's putting the ball in his finger. Ooh. Okada clotheslined. Takeshita. Ooh. Oh, we're going to ignore all the other shit that doesn't make sense? Fair enough. Dog shit. We called the shit poop. 6 out of 10. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to pack up and head towards the door. 6.5. Despite the decent matches, I managed to win the title on 2K. There you go. That makes it all worth it, almighty. 4 out of 10. Denisha, I'm right there with you. I said 5. 5 out of 10 from Nair. Very sexist show. Ladies last with the Met ending in her hometown that I didn't even cross my mind. They never at any point made me think, this is kind of special. Not at all. Why is she not in the ring ready to wrestle at 9:45? You know why? Kenny's segment went long. Fletcher's segment went long. Callis' segment went long. Everybody goes long. And the ladies got the leftovers. The ladies got the scraps. And I will repeat again, there is no company in wrestling that books women worse. Tony either has no respect or no knowledge of women, and he doesn't know what to do with them, clearly. If he needs a hand, he should let people know. I'm convinced sickos don't love AEW. They just hate. That's it, though. That's a big part of it. That's a big part of it, bro. -5. No Deanna. I miss Deanna. She was so good. Guys, I'm live in 6. I'll try and get off in 5 then, Spaz. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you get out of here. I could have watched the ESPYs. Jokes. 3 out of 10. Show's a mess. Now I get Great White Shark taking a huge bite on bait. Is that euphemisms? PIX, Pix at 11, news at 10 p.m. in NYC, for sure. Sometimes opinions can suck, KJ. It's facts. Like I said, I mean, I see channels do this all the time. And I really don't want to make someone feel bad for enjoying something or make someone feel bad for feeling a certain way. We want to embrace it, but nobody ever comes to me with a valid counter argument. One, that's why I would love to sit down with a Coachman or a Meltzer or one of these fucking guys, because they only hang around guys that nod and say, oh yeah. I got to hang out with Nick all the time. He never agrees with me. We're always yelling at each other. And not always, but you know what I mean. There's no counter argument on these other shows. They all just, yeah, I agree. WWE bad. Yes. Yeah, bad. Not good. Fans don't like. Bunch of fucking jerk-offs. Darby is crazy. Darby's an idiot. Darby is the opposite of a draw, pretty much. So is 80% of the roster that's being booked right now. This this episode was like autoplay. Did fucking Tony Khan borrow fucking Biden's auto pen? What is happening here? I miss Solo KJ Rants. Jose, I appreciate your love, buddy. I enjoy making people with bad opinions feel bad. Listen, I have no problem proving to someone that their opinion is maybe misguided. And if they end up feeling bad because I did that, that's on them. At the same time, I mean, again, if you're going to call a show a 9, a 10, if all these sickos are going to run around and say, this is so good. Well, how? What was good specifically? And it's never that. It's just, it's great. I know Paul accused me of saying that too much. I'm too positive about the other company. But the writing matters to me. The writing of the show. That's why I was a wrestling fan. When I did what I did, when it involved wrestling, it was the writing. I didn't give a fuck ever about getting in a ring. I just wanted to make the shows cool. Like, I wanted to build shows that made sense, that were fun, that, you could tie it together. Even if we were fucking wrestling in nothing, it still mattered that the show felt put together, structured. And this doesn't. It doesn't. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. There you go. Some people have shitty opinions. 4 and 2. Just want to make sure, no ratings. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the show tonight. I have actually worked up a sweat ranting and raving and complaining tonight. But we are back tomorrow, 8:45. We have Impact. Lots of cool things going on in Impact. We're going to see 2 former WWE talents in Eichner and Alexander go one-on-one. Big Nick, Anthony shall be here. We're looking forward to it. We appreciate everyone watching these streams. We appreciate the love, whether you're watching live or watching the recordings. Comment on the videos, like, share, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend, do all the fun things. But beyond that, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Big Nick, on behalf of Ringsider Anthony, I'm Mr. Evernet KJ White. Have a good night. We'll see you on the flip side.
Shit!
Really shit. Good night.